Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski, and welcome back to another episode of my PokeMMO Iron Man account. In case you happen to not know, an Iron Man account is an account in PokeMMO that is a self-imposed challenge that cannot trade or use the GTL in any way. This includes no help on things like trade evolutions with Gengar, which you can actually wild encounter in the wild. A lot of people have asked me, how can you complete the Pokedex on an account that cannot trade or use the GTL? Do you make a stipulation for trade evolutions? And the answer is no, not even that. I want this account to be as pure as possible. I don't want to trade or use the GTL for anything. That means I can't even buy RP vouchers on the GTL to get some of the more interesting miscellaneous items over in the gift shop. And I can't credit card swipe for it either, because that would obviously be against the spirit of the game mode. So a lot of people think that means that I can't get RP at all, but that's actually not correct. There's two ways to get RP for free on an Iron Man account that cannot trade or use the GTL. One of them is by winning a catch event, which is a 3 times a week official event in PokeMMO held by the staff and developers of the game, where a bunch of people come together and catch as many of a single Pokemon as possible. And it's a little bit more complicated than this, but essentially the person who catches the best IV Pokemon wins the event and gets 1,000 free RP and a shiny Pokemon. The problem is, catch events are a really popular activity for all types of players, so they're really difficult to win. There's a lot of competition. It took me around 100 to 120 catch events before I ever won a single one on my main account. So if I do 2 catch events a week for an entire year, which is 52 weeks, I might be able to win 1 catch event on average. Maybe. This is why, in my opinion, the XP Reamplifier is the ultimate goal on an Iron Man account. It truly shows the test of will, long-term endurance, patience, and competitiveness. And I will be slowly working towards that this episode with 2 catch events coming up this week. There's a Spinda catch event this Sunday on the 8th of June at 1 p.m. ET, with a shiny Spinda prize with amazing IVs, and importantly for the Iron Man, 1,000 reward points, as well as a Corsola catch event this Tuesday on the 10th of June at 11 a.m. ET, with a prize of a shiny Corsola, which is kind of a rare shiny and usually a fishing shunt, and this takes a very long time, usually hundreds if not 1,000 hours, plus 1,000 RP. Keeping desperate track of the weekly catch events and being absolutely on top of that so you don't miss any, so the hunt doesn't become longer than a year on average, is only one of the few things you have to track constantly on an Iron Man account. But I'm sure you guys know a lot of this, as you've probably watched my previous episodes in the series, since this is episode number 5. Wait a minute, what's that? You haven't watched the other episodes of the series? If that's you that I'm talking to, you should go check out the link in the description to the playlist to all the other episodes right now before you watch this one. Because in my opinion, one of the most beautiful parts of the Iron Man account is that it's hard to appreciate how far we've come when you haven't seen where we came from. But I'm starting this episode at 212 hours played in the past 4 weeks or so on the account, 4 regions done, including Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Unova. Sinnoh is the last region that I need to complete, but I'm gonna be super honest, I have no plans on doing that this episode. That sounds like my personal hell. I really don't like storyline runs. Alright, but since we're not doing storyline runs in this episode, what are you doing, Patrouski? What do you even do on an Iron Man account? Well, let's take a look over at my goals list and go through a few things. First things first, I actually did go ahead and add a few new goals. For example, in the short-term goals, you can see 10 Amulet coins and spend 1 million Pokeyen in 1 episode. This is hinting at a few things here. Now, I'd like to stock up on Amulet coins by farming them over with my Frisk Thief Pokemon on Island 1 in Kanto, and I'll show you what that looks like at some point here soon, but we're not quite there yet. I need to start farming up Amulet coins to prepare myself for gym reruns. This episode of the PokeMMO Iron Man is going to be fully dedicated to getting a gym rerun team and doing gym reruns. If you don't know what that is, I have plenty of videos on my channel that explain gym reruns, but it's essentially refighting the gyms in PokeMMO and all the storylines you have unlocked. They end up being double battles, and you can blast through all of them with a double Typhlosion eruption team and make around 200 to 300,000 Pokeyen per hour. The catch is you can only do it once per day, once per 18 hours to be exact, but that is still more Pokeyen than I'll almost ever need on the account. For reference, it took me 212 hours to make this first 1 million Pokeyen. But once I have my gym rerun team done and I'm making 250,000 Pokeyen per 1 hour per once a day for 7 days, that's 1.7 million Pokeyen a week for only 7 hours of labor. This took me 212 hours. I have to remind you of that. Gym rerun teams are broken. So my main goal this episode is to firstly get a gym run team, secondly spend as much Pokeyen as possible. I want to see this Pokeyen cash stack get down to 0 if I can, and then rebuild it from scratch with a gym run team. Now there are 6 Pokemon I need for a gym run team. First things first, I'm going to need 2 Typhlosions, both with 25 plus special attack and ideally 25 plus speed with a plus special attack nature that doesn't hurt the speed. So something like mild, modest, or rash all work. These are going to be the big ticket item. They're going to take a while to farm since I have to go single encounter Cyndaquils over at Route 33 or maybe some Quilavas at Route 45, which I thankfully can now do since I have Johto unlocked. I couldn't even do this prior to last episode. So after farming a bunch of Quilavas, probably around this spot where you see a lot of people doing the exact same thing, I'm going to have to breed those Quilavas up, which is expensive, which is why I need this 1 million Pokeyen and more Pokeyen from the gym run teams eventually. And then once I breed those suckers up to have the stats and the natures that I need, I'm going to have to spend a ton of hours EV training and XP training them both to at least around level 86 or so, because that is when Typhlosion actually learns Eruption, which is the move we'll be abusing for this strategy. Now, that's the first 2 Pokemon. What are the other Pokemon we need? And to be honest, I kind of fibbed a second ago. I said that we needed 6 Pokemon, but honestly, to have a functional gym run team, you really only need 4. You do need some other backup Pokemon in the back in case the Typhlosions go down. Things like level 100 Crocodiles, level 100 Blastoises, which I just so happen to have. And I can actually leave a spot to XP train a Pokemon in the back, which will be really nice to XP train while doing a gym run. That'll just be amazing Iron Man progress. But I will need either a Prankster Cottonee, so a Cottonee with the Prankster ability and the Tailwind move, or ideally a Prankster Murkrow, which I believe I actually caught an Alpha Honchkrow on this account, and Prankster is hidden ability for Murkrow, so I might be able to create one for this gym run team. The reason why you would go Murkrow here is that you can have a Tailwind Pokemon and a Fly Pokemon in the same slot. Normally on a main account, you would just use a Fly Ocarina. That's not really as viable on an Iron Man account where you'd have to win a catch event before you could even buy a Fly Ocarina, instead of just buying one for a few 100k Pokeyen, which I easily have right now, but I don't have the reward points. If I was a main account, this would be a no-brainer. I just buy the Fly Ocarina and go for the easier, cheaper Pokemon. But on the Iron Man, I'm probably going to have to go for that Murkrow, but thankfully I got really lucky and already caught an Alpha Honchkrow, which is why catching all the Alphas that I run into is so dang important. Now next up, the 4th and final Pokemon is just going to be a Drought Torkoal. Yep, a Drought Torkoal of any kind. Ideally, you want low level, low defenses, you don't really need any stats on it. He's super easy and chill, just look at him. But other than the Jimmy Run team, which is by far going to be the main goal of this episode, is getting the Jimmy Run team and spending 1 million Pokeyen if possible. It'd be nice to farm 10 Amulet coins, but I don't know if I'll have time for that in this episode. I also added these 2 goals over into the medium tier goal list. Breed a 5x31 Pokemon, which requires like 30 different 1x31 breeders and like 300,000 Pokeyen in breeding braces, estimated around that. And then 5 gym reruns, which would net me a really nice amount of Pokeyen. I think it's really important that I start adding goals like this over to my list because it incentivizes me to do the grinds. The point of having a goals list on an Iron Man account or any account is that it encourages you to do the things that you should do to progress your account. Imagine if I just expected myself to do a Jimmy run every single day and I never really set a goal for it. I'd be working really hard doing a 1-hour grind every single day, but not feel like I'm working towards anything, even though it would be getting me the Pokeyen. But I think keeping track of the number of Jimmy runs that you do, whether you're a main account or an Iron Man account, could be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to name one of my Typhlosions or one of the Pokemon, Torkoal, Cottonee, whatever it may be. I'm going to name them the number of Jimmy runs that I have done and then update it every time I do a Jimmy run. That'll be a fun way to sort of act as a ticker system. I also added 50 Jimmy runs over on the long-term goals list, as well as getting 10 million and 25 million Pokeyen, once again, to incentivize me actually playing and grinding the account and having fun. MMOs are all about setting your own goals, especially PokeMMO, and kind of working towards them. So if you don't set goals like this, even though it may seem like an obvious one, you may kind of get lost along the way and just get a little bored. I also added have 10 5x31 Pokemon. I specifically changed this to have instead of breed. I want to breed a 5x31 Pokemon here, but I could technically catch an alpha Pokemon that's just wild 5x31. It'd be pretty rare, I think around 1 in 1,000, since you get 2x31 guaranteed on an alpha Pokemon, but I think it's an important stipulation versus the breed. But I'm not going to lie, a lot of these goals kind of just fall under the Jim Rerun team situation. The only other goal that I want to focus on in this episode is going to be going for each legendary beast and each legendary bird. Now, there is Articuno right now in the wild, over in Kanto, and I spent a fair bit of time last few episodes farming for that Articuno. But I've been farming the legendary birds for most of the entire series. So what? What's new? Well, what's new is that now I have Johto done, I've unlocked an entirely new beast, a literal beast, the legendary beast. I can now go for Raikou, which is in the wild this month. Now that I have Johto unlocked, I can single encounter for it while farming my Quilavas. It's a fantastic, another example. There's so many 2 birds for 1 stone situations, maybe even 5 birds for 1 stone at times on the Iron Man account, which makes it feel so darn satisfying. But Raikou is a really good electric type raid Pokemon, so it's actually a really beneficial, tangible, powerful legendary, unlike Articuno. I'm going to be so honest, I'm literally just farming Articuno to get more elemental orbs so I can make my Moltres and eventual Zapdos more powerful. Articuno is useless. Sorry, buddy. But at least the Ice Bird helps me work towards my eventual tier 3 goal. Alright, but this has been a really long intro filled with a ton of yapping, which is kind of what I'm known for. How about we actually get into the grinding, which is also hopefully something I'm maybe known for? People might know me more for my bad food takes at this point than my grinding capabilities. But let's go ahead and jump into things anyway. Alright, now you might be asking yourself, what are you going to do to start the episode, Patrouski? Are you going to go farm Quilavas and actually go for that gym run team right now? Well, if you watch the intro, obviously, that's actually not what I'm doing quite yet. But why, Patrouski? Why wouldn't you start farming them now? Well, the reason is I actually want to go EV train my Abra first, this modest Abra with Synchronize. I want to go EV train it in the speed stat so it can successfully run away from these fights at all times and allow me to properly synchronize hunt for a Quilava. If I use this Abra, it's going to make it a 20% chance to have these Quilavas have the nature that I need, which is the most difficult part of the breed. If I can catch a modest Quilava, I can probably go ahead and breed it up from there. Oh, I see, Patrouski. So before you can start farming Quilavas, you're actually going to go speed EV train your Abra to be able to catch them more effectively, right? Would you be mad if I told you that's also wrong? Now, the reason why is because from this point forward, for a lot of my EV training and XP training, I want to go ahead and start using Heat Wave Moltres. Heat Wave is an AoE or spread fire type attack which will allow me to farm using Moltres. But why do you need to farm using Moltres? The reason being is there's a very small chance of getting elemental orbs, which I so desperately need. It's very, very rare. You only get about 1 elemental orb every 90 minutes or so of horde farming. But those 1 to 10 elemental orbs that I'll get for the rest of my account while doing EV training and XP training are honestly really going to add up and help me have legendary Pokemon, which legendary Pokemon are obviously very, very, very powerful. I already need like 40 elemental orbs just to max out the special attack and speed on my Moltres. That's 2 more months of grinding legendaries, and that doesn't leave any elemental orbs left over for Zapdos, and it doesn't even max out defense on my Moltres, which is a pretty relevant stat. Oh, okay, Patrouski, so you're going to head over to the Unova shopping mall, pick up a Heatwave TM, and go ahead and start EV training after that. Well, yes, but also no. I actually am going to go ahead and buy the Heatwave TM so I don't forget, and go ahead and actually teach it over to my Moltres. But Heatwave is only 90% accurate, which is pretty relevant. Missing out on 1 out of every 10 hordes would really slow down EV training and be really annoying. Also, I just spent 25k out of the 1 million Pokeyen I need to spend, so we're making progress. So what I actually need to do before I can start EV training and XP training and then farming my eventual Quilavas is go get a Wide Lens. Wide Lens is an item in PokeMMO which slightly increases the accuracy of a Pokemon moves by 10%, which is exactly what makes Heat Wave a 100% accurate move. Now, they only cost 13,000 Pokeyen on the GTL, so that'll be really easy, right? Nope, I have to go Frisk, Thief, Sableye hordes and hope that they have a Wide Lens on them. And I honestly have no idea how rare this item is. Some items could be like 5 to 1% chance and be super rare and annoying to actually get them off of the Pokemon. Some are really common at like 50%, so we'll have to just go to a Sableye horde and see what rolls. But if someone out there properly guessed that today my plan was to Frisk Thief a Sableye to get a Wide Lens so that I could then EV train with Moltres while getting elemental orbs, so that I could then EV train Abra efficiently, so that I could then farm Quilavas while using Synchronize, so that I could then build a Jimmy Run team, then congratulations, you might be a psychic. So without further ado, let's go ahead and Frisk Thief some Sableyes. Okay, but to start farming Sableye, I need to know where to go. There's 3 different horde spots for Sableye. There's one over at Granite Cave, one at Sky Pillar, and one at Challenger's Cave. The problem is, I think the one over at Sky Pillar is pretty deep into the pillar, like pretty deep into the cave itself, and I think the same is true for Challenger's Cave, but I could be wrong. I don't know where the Granite Cave one is at, but it's not nighttime/morning. However, it's becoming nighttime in about 45 minutes in game. So should I wait for the nighttime change? Should I go check out the other spots? What should I do? I think I'm going to check out the other spots. However, checking out those spots is going to cost me multiple max repels and be really annoying on the Iron Man account. So I'm going to abuse the fact that I actually have a main account that is extremely progressed in Pokemon with over 9,400 hours. We're going to head over to Challenger's Cave in Unova first and see where that spot is at, using our max repels on this account instead of our valuable Iron Man. You just have to ignore the fact that I'm wasting this shiny charm and it won't hurt you. Here we are over in Challenger's Cave. I'm going to go ahead and just pop some random hordes wherever I can and see what Pokemon come up. I don't know what spawns over here. Ah, okay. Lickitung, of course. Lickitung, the ultimate challenge for Challenger's Cave. What if I walk down one staircase? What's down here? Surely not more Lickitung, right? Okay, not more Lickitung all the time, at least. This spot seems to be split between Boldore and Graveler, so we're good checking here. Which means Sableye is deeper into the cave, which is not ideal. Now, I'm hoping Wide Lens is not that rare of a spawn, but obviously we'll have to see. I did bring my first Pokemon just in case we could kind of check how many hordes it takes before we see an item trigger. I don't really have any Lepa Berries or Elixirs on my Ironman account, so every time that I want to do another, like, inventory of hordes, I'm going to have to go to the PC and come all the way back here. Let's head down another staircase and see if this is where Sableye is at. We see some other good players down here shiny hunting. This might be, yup, this is where Sableye's at. Okay, this is quite far from a PC, and they are level 47, but this is not a bad option, I'm going to be honest, depending on how rare the Wide Lens is. I'm going to go ahead and put my Frisk, Thief, Sableye up in the lead of my party and see how many encounters I have to do before I see one Frisk proc. All right, the problem so far... Ooh, is that the Wide Lens, though? Okay, I'm going to go through and test to see if that's the Wide Lens. The problem so far while doing hordes here is that I think I ended up doing about 10 hordes, maybe 12 hordes, and I only saw 2 Sableye hordes. Most of the spawns here ended up being... It's split between 3 different hordes. There's Mawile, Graveler, and Sableye all here at one spot. But as long as the Wide Lens is decently common... that should be fine. If I need to take like 3 trips and use like 3 match repels on my Ironman to get here, that is totally doable. I think the only item Sableye should have is Wide Lens. So if I frisked, you know, a Wide Lens after 2 encounters, hopefully I wasn't just lucky, that might be very doable on the Iron. But if I thief this item off of one of the Sableyes now, and it turns out it actually holds like an Oranberry sometimes, and the Pokedex doesn't say that, that would be pretty darn bad. I'm also taking a ton of damage right now over on my first Pokemon on my main account, let alone my Iron Man's first Pokemon, which is probably a bit weaker. There's the item. Let's see. Please show me a Wide Lens. Please show me. Don't show me any other items to Wide. Yes. Okay. That's huge. Oh, okay. That is massive. I ended up getting a Wide Lens on the main account after about 12 hordes or so total. That is going to be massive. Time to hop over to the Iron Man and try to recreate this. All right, we are back over on the Iron Man, and it's time to recreate this. We're starting from Oplucid City and heading over to the west towards Challenger's Cave. Reaching over here at this route, I'm going to go ahead and pop a Max Repel. I do have my Sweet Scent, and I am healed up. Let's head down inside of the cave. We have to go decently far inside the cave. I don't know if I have a Flash Pokemon on me either. Oh, no. Or Flash in Unova in general. So I have to traverse this cave a little blind. That should be mostly okay. I think it's through here. Yup. This is not that bad. Okay. Here's the spot. Here, yeah, this is it. This is the spot. That's not that bad. That was... I could even probably use like a baby repel. It was only like 100 steps or so. So let's go ahead and start using our hordes. This might take 2 or 3 inventories. Let's see. Yup, first going to be a Graveler. That's okay. If I had... The only problem is... Ooh, I'm not going to lie. Ooh, this is kind of scary. I didn't bring a damp Pokemon, number 1. Number 2, the damp Pokemon I have isn't very high level. If I encounter a shiny Graveler right now, it's really unlikely, but I probably couldn't stop it from exploding, and I would probably just lose it. That's terrifying, but you gotta risk it for the biscuit. I can't believe I just said that out loud in 2025. Okay, here's a Sableye horde. Show me a Frisk. Show me a Frisk and we're done. There's no way. There's no way. I know my Iron Man account's lucky. There's no way we get it done in 2 hordes total. No fucking shot. I don't know what to say anymore. It's a small thing, but it's also a big thing. Like... Oh my goodness. How can... That's insane. I expected to be here for at least like 3 trips, which would take around like 20, not maybe like 20 minutes or so, maybe less, 10 to 15 efficiently. That's just ridiculous though. The Iron Man account has consistently had ridiculous luck. I'm sure the Wide Lens is somewhat common, but that's still crazy. And there is the item itself. The only horrible thing now would be if it actually did have like another item. No, there it is. The Wide Lens. We got the Wide Lens on the Iron Man account. We can just run away from this. Get out of here. Oh, we're done. We're so done. Get me out of here. Run. Run away. Don't Shadow Ball me to death. Let me get out of here. See you later, Sableye. Boom. Wide Lens achieved. That's awesome. And this is an item that we'll use. This item is actually used sometimes in raids. So we just achieved a raid level item. Just like that. That feels amazing. I'm not going to lie. Let's now head over to actually finally go speed EV train. I don't know if I can actually kill, to be fair. I don't know if I can kill these Kadabra or these Rapidashes with Heat Wave Moltres. I might have to go to a different spot, which is totally okay. But now I can finally go ahead and XP train, speed EV train this Abra. Beautiful. And while we're at it, I don't really have any other amazingly good PvM or PvP Pokemon to EV train, but I do have 4 different synchronized Abras. So you know what? That'll do. Let's just get a bunch of synchronized Pokemon ready for future catch events. If I get a random shiny, it's going to be awkward, but once again, my encounters are pretty low, so the odds of it are pretty low. We'll see what happens. I guess the odds are always 1 out of 30,000. Let's go ahead and see Moment of Truth. Let's see if I actually can use Heat Wave to kill these Rapidashes. They're level 47. Flash Fire is the hidden ability, I believe, so they can't get access to that if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and click Heat Wave, see what happens. No! I remembered wrong. Rapidash just does get Flash Fire, and look at this. Some of them didn't even die. One of them didn't even die. So this is definitely not going to be possible with the Moltres strat. That's totally okay. We're going to have to go speed EV train over at Linoon. Not a big deal. It really just changes. I'll get less XP slightly, but that's totally okay. Honestly, EV training at Linoon might be better because if I get a shiny Linoon, I probably can catch it with a level 83 Moltres, whereas these Rapidashes might be kind of tough. I am starting this, by the way, with 20 elemental orbs. I do want to keep track of that because if I get one, I want to take note of that. They are really rare and are really helpful to the account. All right, but now that we're over at the Linoon spot, I will just see you guys when I'm done all the EV training. All right, I finally went ahead and finished all the EV training on the 4 different Kadabras, but it is now Sunday morning. It's time to go prepare for the Spinda catch event, so we'll have to put our Quilava farming on hold for now. Alrighty, we have a catch event to do today on the Iron Man account, and first things first, I need to do 2 different things. I need to head over to Unova and buy a bunch of quick balls, because I do want to give myself the best chance to win this event as best as possible, and the best way to do so will be using this adamant synchronized Kadabra to lead, and then just quick balling every Spinda, and I think quick ball should be around a 100% catch rate. And we have the Pokeyen to spend. I might even just buy 180 quick balls. Is that too crazy, chat? That might be too crazy. Maybe 120. I don't need them all for this event, but I do want to spend a fair bit of Pokeyen this episode. There we go. We're going to buy 120. 120 quick balls. You know what? While we're here, let's spend a little bit more. While we're here, let's spend all of this hard-earned, unbelievably fought for Pokeyen. We're going to get 51 Dusk Balls. Timers. You always need more timers. We'll get 43 of those. Get up to 100. Pokeball. Are Pokeballs not in the shop? Wait, that's kind of hilarious. I didn't know that. We'll go to a different shop to pick up more Pokeballs as well. All right, the next thing I have to do is something that every single person should do if you haven't done it already. A lot of endgame players have probably already done this, but over at Route 113 in Hoenn at Falabor Town, the location of the Spinda Catch event, make sure you come in here and talk to this guy, okay? He's going to give you a volcanic ash sack, and you can actually, the soot sack, when you run back and forth in this location over the little like dusty grass patches, you actually gain soot. You can go over to your soot sack like this, and see, I have 2 soot because I walked over 2 tiles. If I walk over 2 more, I should have 4 soot, right? And you can actually use this soot to turn into secret base items and decorations. Soot collecting and volcanic ash collecting is like one of the coolest little mini game things in PokeMMO for like it's a really cool goal that a lot of people forget about and don't work towards. So make sure to grab your soot sack as you do this event. It's a really cool grind, one that I've always wanted to do, honestly, on the main account. So doing it on the Iron Man will be a nice little excuse. So make sure everybody go grab your soot sack today. A quick reminder that today's catch event is the lowest score wins. So over on the Iron Man, we actually do want to catch the lowest IV Pokemon possible. A high score could still win 4th place, but you'd have to be the highest, and that'll be difficult. We definitely want some, like, usually to win the like lowest score, you want like a 20 total score Pokemon or less. For this event with like the minus scores, like Spinda being -5 and stuff, I bet you the person who wins first place will be like a 14, like really low score. It'll be, I would guess 14 or so, maybe even 12. It'll be an intense competition for 4th place or for first place for this event. All right, the event has officially started. Here is our first catch that I'm not ready for. There we go. We're hoping for the synchronized. We're hoping for adamant nature. This will also be a good catch event to get good breeders. I believe Spinda's in the humanoid egg group, which is a really good egg group to get certain breeders for. Yep, field humanoid. I'll also be able to get some XP on my Kadabra. I'll be very happy with that, honestly. Okay, why are you learning moves? That's going to slow me down. The move learn is funny, but that's okay. Let's see this first spin to catch. They should be 100% quick ball catch rate. Let's see this first one. We're looking for low score. Average. Just a criminally average. That's okay. That's how it's going to be most of the time. We keep farming, boys. All right, yeah, the math was just done. I should have thought about this prior, but I was a little too rushed into this event, and that's my fault for lacking of preparation. I'm going to go actually head over to Unova really quick and buy nest balls. Nest balls would be better for this event. They would have a higher catch rate and just be cheaper, if I'm not mistaken. Or they would have a little bit lower catch rate, I think. It's 4 times compared to 5 times on quick ball, but they're just cheaper. So I'd rather go, even though I already bought the quick balls, I could save those for future catch events. I'm going to head over, go buy some nest balls, and then run back to the event as quick as possible. That's a mistake on my end. Man, this is a good catch. A 152. I need low scores. It's still like this wouldn't have placed in an event. This is a great breeder. I'm happy with this. This is an amazing breeder. 31 attack, 20 plus in every stat. HD like could be relevant. That's a fantastic breeder. We'll take that all day on the iron. All right, I went ahead and caught 1 Starmie for the Pokedex during the event because why not? Might as well, you know, knocked out a little progress. Adamant, 31 attack. I mean, I'll take it. It's pretty rare on like a physical attacking Starmie like that, but I'll yoink up a 31 attack Adamant Starmie for free. Why not, man? Alrighty, and with Iron Pables joining the team is now full. That's kind of crazy. I didn't expect that to happen so fast. The Iron Man team, Iron Pables was the last person to join. It was first come, first serve. I try to get everybody possible. This team was created how many days ago? This is insane, actually. It's currently the 8th of June as I'm recording this. This team's been up for like 16 days. A little over 2 weeks, and it's full. Now, eventually down the road, if an account's been inactive for like 1 to 3 months, we'll start kicking people to give more space. But for now, we're gonna let everybody chill and have fun. Get into it. I can't believe how many people created Ironmans, how many people wanted to join the team. It's been amazing. It's been really, it's been crazy. Like, when I started this series, I did not expect that many other people to create Ironmans. And the fact that, like, I'm sure there's more than 150 Ironmen in the game now. I didn't even expect that. I was expecting like maybe like 10 to 20 people other than me to create Ironmans. Like, this has been a really impressive showing, and I hope people go on to enjoy it. And it's been beautiful, insanely beautiful to see. Like, it's so crazy. All right, that is the end of the catch event. That is my final catch. Sandshrew, let's see the IVs. I don't think I got anything worth submitting, but we can go ahead and take this time to go clean our PC, which we need to do desperately. So let's just, let's see how much soot we got. I don't think I got that much soot because I was mostly running back and forth in like clean grass, but 51 soot, you know, it's something. We'll take it. Let's go back and clean up our boxes, do box sorting, and just see how many 31 IVs we got, you know, for breeders. All right, we have catch event results coming in 4th place with 172 points. Berserker 172 being the dude. This was a crazy event. I think a lot of people showed up for this one. Maybe because it's on a Sunday. A lot more. Honestly, I don't really think about that enough. But a lot more people can show up. It makes sense, you know, on the weekends. 172 is a crazy 4th place. Rumel caught a 166 in this, I believe. After it was a Spinda that was like 171, but it was -5. That was a crazy catch. 172 as 4th place is crazy. Obviously, it's like the highest score, but the fact that that's like a normal, the fact that people were shooting for low IVs and got that high is crazy. Like, usually like when you're shooting for the highest in a normal catch event, you would get like 172. 3rd place is 13. That's disgusting. 13 is 3rd. How many? Is first through 3rd all 13? Someone said they saw an 8. Dude, this catch event was so fucking competitive. Oh, did you get 3rd place? Yo, PVM Lone Wolf, congrats. Someone in chat. Hell yeah, man. Congrats. Yes, I feel like 2nd and 3rd place are both 13. That's so crazy. 1st place is a 3. Was it a Spinda that was an 8 total? And that, dude, that's insane. That's so wild. Holy crap, dude. 3rd place, 13. Let's see. We're for 2nd place. 2nd place, also a 13. Ganja, congratulations. Caught at 5:12 p.m. Now we're just waiting for 1st place. Apparently 1st place is a 3. If that's true, that's like, it's hard to have in perspective because we're going for lowest or whatever, right? But like having a 3 The best way to phrase it, having a 3 is comparable to having a 183 store Pokemon, which would be fucking insane for a catch event, right? Like, to put it in terms. Maybe like a 182 actually, because the 0, yeah. Holy crap. First place with a huge 3 points. Emperor, this is legendary, dude. Emperor Phidias, congratulations. That is straight up legendary, like unironically. That is the equivalent of winning an event with a 182 or like a 183. That's about as high as we see in catch events. That's insane. That's so ridiculous, dude. Insanely big congratulations. That is like, it's hard to compare because it's a low score, but that is ridiculous. That is so fucking impressive, man. Amazing catch. Congrats, dude. With 11 minutes left in the event as well. 11 minutes left. Congrats, man. All right, I sorted through just the 1x31s. I still have to go through like noteds and see like what other like good natured breeders we have to sort out. But you can see my 1x31 box is super full. I've had to bleed these over to my noted box now. All right, we got ourselves an alpha encounter over on the Iron Man. This is an alpha Cottonee. Now, this actually doesn't have Prankster. You get Prankster on Cottonee not as a hidden ability, so it's not really going to help out with that, but I think this will be the first one in the Pokedex, actually, so that'll be nice. And I can actually catch the surrounding Cottonees and maybe get one with Prankster if it doesn't have hidden ability access, which is actually kind of ideal. And then that could be my Prankster Pokemon for a Jimmy run, but I already talked about I'm probably going to rebreed that Honchkrow down and do a Murkrow, so I can have Fly and the Prankster in one slot. And this fight was a pain in the butt, and then I accidentally killed the Cottonee. Whoops. Guess we gotta grab the free hyper potion and come back for round 2. That accidental KO was totally my fault. I just zoned out. It was a really boring fight. Lots of leech seeding and giga draining to sustain. I could have just scrolled up and saw that my fake out did 39%, and then I tried to payday afterwards, and it only had 35% HP, so that was just negligence on my end, and that's okay. It's gonna happen sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, this alpha catch is sending me, dude. This Cottonee is being such a pain in the butt. They do not want to get caught, and I forgot the skill swap here. I'm making a few mistakes here and there for sure, but the Giga Drain, Leech Seed, Sustain, it's really hard for me to answer. This is an alpha where it would definitely be way better to have a Breloom. Breloom wouldn't be able to be toxic just like that. He wouldn't be able to be Leech Seeded. Giga Drain would hit for like very little damage. Breloom is the perfect counter to something like this, but I just don't have mine XP trained up quite yet. All right, there it is. Man, that was a real pain in the butt, but that's okay. We got it. That'll be another breeder for the future. And it's always the most pain in the butt annoying alphas that are always the worst IVs. That's okay. Just how it goes. Still happy I went for it. Still really important to catch every alpha possible on the Iron Man. But next up on the agenda, I have a little bit more box sorting to do, but as soon as I'm done that, I can head on over to Quilavas and actually start going for the Jimmy Run team finally. Also, I hadn't mentioned it yet, but I didn't get any extra elemental orbs from using the Moltres to EV train, and that was expected. You know, EV training only takes like 30 to 40 minutes to train 4 Pokemon like that. It's just really unlikely. The elemental orbs are very rare. All right, after sorting through 90% of the stuff we caught in the catch event today, I think I'm ready to go ahead and release a ton of it. These can be moved over here just like this. So we still have about 3.5 boxes of Pokemon, which is perfect. Pretty clean if you ask me. We need to release this. Basically an entire box of Pokemon. Rip, another box destroyed for the sake of cleanliness on the Iron Man account. All right, it is finally time to begin building a Jimmy Run team from scratch. I'm going to go ahead and pop my first lure, use my modest synchronized Kadabra, and try to catch my very first Quilava and see the stats. Dude, you make a really good point, David. I could get Raikou while... I didn't even think about that, honestly. I'm not used to being in Johto. I could totally get Raikou while going for the Quilava. That would be amazing. Good call, dude. Alrighty, here's our first ever Quilava catch on the account. Show me modest nature, the synchronized, boom, 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 sassy. It's honestly, even the 25 plus attack is relevant. That honestly could be a breeder right there. Ideally, we're looking for 25 plus attack and speed, and we can have like other breeders we can match with it, or like 25 in one stat plus the modest nature. That would be, we're looking for a combination of 2 things. There's 3 things in total that we could get on the Quilava. 25 plus special attack, 25 plus speed, and then the nature. If we could get 2 out of 3 of those things, we can fix it in one breed. So I think that will be ideal. Ooh, I wasn't able to escape a fight. I was a little worried about that. My Kadabra is obviously very low level, but honestly, it was working for quite a while. I think I could go XP train this, but I'm not going to worry about it quite yet. I'm going to have to EV train it first as well. I'm just going to go essentially heal. I think the strat will be just to go heal whenever it dies, whenever it fails to run. I could put a smoke ball on it as well, actually. That's probably worth it. It'll take a little bit more time per run, but I think it's worth it for the consistency of having to not heal as well. All right, we got ourselves a modest Quilava. Let's see the stats. Looking for 25 plus attack or speed. Okay, it's so bad. But we had to do it though. I just realized I need a damp Pokemon here, don't I? I totally could have just lost a shiny. Whew. You always got to try to prepare for something like that. That is a little scary. I'm going to pop a baby repel. If you don't know, if you have lures, you don't want to waste your lure steps, you actually can pop a repel and it will waste the repel steps first. Watch this. And I can keep my lure steps. So popping up, it's very micro efficiency, but popping my baby repel here will actually save me more Pokeyen than wasting these lure steps, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and go grab that damp Pokemon though, just in case. That was actually really, really scary. Someone said Pokedex check in chat. Honestly, a great question. I'm at 144. Caught OT 144. I definitely want to start now that we have Johto done. I can actually like properly start working on that, and I would get the reward of Mount Silver, which would be so. Mount Silver will be like we're entering endgame on the Iron Man. That would feel amazing. But I don't think I can get. Mount Silver access without Sinnoh done. Someone put out 145 owned, 144 OT. Dude, I talked about this before. I actually am petrified that someone will see that and think I cheated on the Iron Man account. What happened was the Hitmontop that I got as the PvP reward counts as owned OT but not caught OT, which makes sense, but it's a good thing to call out so people don't think I'm fucking cheating, you know? It's honestly a good double check. Here, I'm gonna head back to the PC for a second and actually check something. I think I caught 2 different Quilavas. Did I not? Let's go check. What gender are they? That matters as well for the breeds. I caught 4 different Quilavas. All are male. Something I could do if I really want to stretch things. This one's modest. This one has. I have 2 that have 1 out of the things that I need. I could fix these with breeding, but it's gonna take a lot more breeds. That might be worth it to just save time on like. I could just probably catch. And I have tons. It's always good to like clear out box space is what I'm thinking, right? So what I could go ahead and do. I'd have to rebreed these with Dittos as well, though, to make them female. I don't know if I have Dittos with, like, the stats. I actually just don't at all. Okay, so I can't do that. Well, what if I could fix one of them. I'm not quite there yet. Okay, we're gonna keep catching. I wanted to double check if I could just do more breeding to fix them, then sure. I can't even fix them with more breeding. I don't have the Dittos required. That'll be a big thing in the future. Getting a bunch of Dittos, because having those Quilavas are male only. I can't breed them with female Pokemon, because then it will turn out the other species, right? The female in the breed decides the species. So if I breed a male Quilava with like a female Spinda or whatever egg group, you know, it'll come out that Spinda or that other Mon. So I can't do that, right? So we're gonna head back. We're gonna head over here, do a bit more farming until we get more tools to work with. 31 speed, I'll take. It's only 1, but we could use that in the future for a breed. The problem is they're all male, as we talked about, and I just don't have Dittos really to breed these. So maybe we might reach a point where we have to go breed Dittos, because this is just this is honestly taking longer than I expected. I'm getting, I don't know if it's rough luck on the Quilavas. I thought it'd be decently easy to get like with like 2 out of the 3 goals, you know, especially with the synchronize. But I'm just not getting the Quilavas that I need on, unfortunately. Man, this is like so close to being good. I could maybe use this for like a PvP Typhlosion down the road. Timid 31 speed. It's close to being good, but it's not for a Jimmy Run team. Okay, whew, there's our first, nice. There's our first Quilava catch that actually has 20 plus in the 2 stats like that. That's beautiful. I think from this point, I'm gonna have to go breed or go catch Dittos. I think I just need Dittos, like unironically, because I can't really breed because every single Quilava is male because it's 87.5% chance. I can't really breed them with any of the field egg group breeders that I have, right? So I've got to just go get Dittos. So let's just go over to that. We have enough Quilavas now, I think, to start some breeds. Let's head over to Dittos and go over to Hoenn. We're going to use the Magikarp strat for Dittos just because it is easy on the Iron Man. It's something to do right now. And it's still like decently efficient. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not the best for sure. It's like a turn slow, which really adds up, but it's solid. All right, time to show off the actual Magikarp strat. So on an Iron Man account, if you're like early game Iron Man, similar to how I am, like I consider myself still early game. I think mid game starts when you have all 5 regions done. I'm very much still in the early game. So the strat, when you're an early game Iron Man account, this Magikarp strat, I think it's a really good way to go about things. It's not the most efficient thing in the world, but it's pretty darn good. It's really good if you have very little resources. You just need yourself a catching Smeargle and any just shitty Magikarp. You lead with the Smeargle, you switch the Magikarp in, you let the Ditto transform into the Magikarp. It can't hurt you at all with only Splash. You go ahead and you Spore it to... The only thing you have to watch out for is that it only has 5 PP on the Splash, so it can struggle to death if you don't catch it within a few balls. But you want to go ahead and just do this, and then Dust Ball, and then bam, boom. It should be like a 68% chance, I believe, to catch. If it fails, you just keep going, use more Dust Balls, and then after you catch 15 Dittos in a row, you can actually switch to Repeat Balls, which are a little bit like 100 Pokeyen cheaper, but this is a very good budget way to go for Dittos early on. It's crazy that every single 31 Ditto matters, like, so much. Every single 31 IV Ditto is so valuable. So there's a 31 attack IV Ditto. Like, it's about 1 in 5, 1 in 6 per Ditto catches to get a IV like that. I'm going to call out every single one because they are all very valuable. Oh, shit. Wait, that might be what I need. I just realized. Holy shit, dude. 31 Spatak Ditto. That might be what I need. We might be able to breed one Cyndaquil. We still need more, but we can go start our first one, I think. Oh my goodness, I have it. That's so good. Okay, because that's so insane. Because I have this one Teddiursa that is modest and 1 times 31, I can now breed a 2 times 31 Cyndaquil, and I'll show you why with modest. I can breed a 2, not even 25 plus, but a 2 times 31 Typhlosion with the correct nature. Specifically having double 31 and not just 25 plus is not amazingly relevant for gym reruns, but it is amazingly relevant for Elite 4 reruns one day, for raids, for like that extra stats really matters on certain PvM activities. Okay. That's insane. I'm going to show you guys what the breed looks like. We have that. We need to breed that. We have another Ditto over here with... Where'd my Ditto go? I had a Ditto somewhere with the stats that I needed. Where'd it go? I lost the Mons. Okay, with these 3 breeders, I can now make a perfect Cyndaquil. I need to first get a special attack and speed brace. Let's go talk to this. Watch my Pokeyen get drained here, by the way. Attack, speed. I already have a speed, actually. We save a little bit of yen there. We're going to buy one more anyway. Speed goes onto the Quilava. Spatak onto the Ditto. And now I need to make sure I pay for this to be female, or I will mess it all up. I'll mess everything up if I can't do this correctly. Pay for this. Pay for female. Cost 21k. Gotta do it. 31. Random. It could. Now, theoretically, I could randomly roll the nature, but that would be insane. The odds of that are very low. If that happens, I will, I don't know, pog out. So we have that cooking. And now with that on the way, next breed, I can Spatak brace this Cyndaquil and Everstone the Teddiursa and make a perfect 2 times 31 Typhlosion. That feels so good. That is such an amazing Pokemon that will make me quite literally tens of millions of Pokeyen down the road, as well as just last me thousands of hours. This is going to be an insane Typhlosion. All right, our Cyndaquil hatched. Let's see if it came out with the... Okay, as expected, it didn't get the nature, which is what we kind of wanted, right? Also, it randomly rolled... I didn't even know that was an option. It randomly rolled 20 plus HP in defense. Oh, that is... It's not like... It's just there's an extra little... It's an extra little icing on top, you know? That is... we will take that all day. So now, we can go Everstone. The speed will guaranteed crossover. It's so beautiful, dude. We're gonna lose the defenses, though, probably is the only sad thing, because yeah, we're gonna lose them for sure, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're gonna have a 2 times 31. I'm even gonna pay for this to be female, so if I want to breed it up one day, I can. I'm gonna put in a luxury ball. This will be a Typhlosion that I use for the Halloween event, for most raids, right? For any sun raid, for every single gym run that I ever do. This Typhlosion will last me thousands of hours and so much content. This is so exciting, dude. I need to breed one more. Don't get me wrong, but this is a huge step. It feels so monumental. All right, now I think I can make the next one, but it's going to be a lot more expensive because I don't really have amazing Cyndaquils or Quilavas to really breed it. So I believe that I'm going to need this Patrat. We're going to pull this in my party. I'm going to need a few other things, but I'm going to need that Patrat for sure. I've got this Quilava with Modest. I'm carrying the nature over from the initial breed, which is not what you want to do when breeding. It usually costs a lot more to do that. But I have the Everstones, and I'd rather just guaranteed make sure that I get what I want, if that makes sense. So we're going to start with this. We're going to Everstone this. And then we're going to breed this guy with a 1x31. It has to be a Ditto, doesn't it? Because it's male. Yep. We're going to have to pay a lot for the genders here. So now we're going to look for a 31 special attack Ditto, I believe. Do I not have one? Or a speed? We could do speed. That's fine. Either one. Wait, do I not have one? Oh, no. I thought I had one. I thought I had a... Was the only one I had the one... Oh, no. Okay. I still can do this. So what I'm going to do... This is going to be a really expensive breed. But I think it's worth it. I have the Pokeyen. We can start Jimmy running ASAP. We'll make it back. It's fine. I'm going to go ahead. We could even like brace this speed if we want to and just make it like a decent... Make this one a decent Typhlosion. But let's do that. Instead of making a perfect Typhlosion, let's just do a decent one. We already have a perfect one. We only need one perfect one. I'm gonna go to... We might not even need this. We won't need this Patrat then. So much of breeding is already puzzle solving on a main account. On an Iron Man account, it's like solving a puzzle when all the pieces are like scattered around and some are on the floor, some are missing, some are chewed up. It's like way more. Okay, so modest 25 speed. We're gonna make this female. We'll start with this, and we should have a matching breed for this for sure. All right, I think this Lillipup will end up being the perfect breeder. It is, we just need a field male Pokemon with 25 plus attack, 25 plus speed. We can go ahead and brace. We'll buy the brace for this. Brace the special attack on this. And then we'll Everstone the nature on the coming out Cyndaquil. And then we'll go ahead and end up with a 31-31 perfect one and a 25-25 modest nature. This will be beautiful, boys. We're almost there. Let's get a flame body Pokemon to make it a little bit faster. Right, here it is, fellas. The moment of truth, man. We already know. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's perfect. Now we just have to EV train and XP train this bad boy. We have our first perfect Jimmy Run and PVM Pokemon, dude. Hell fucking yes. Okay, while this next egg is hatching, so we can breed it next, I'm gonna go ahead. Do I have a... Let's first check for Torkoal. I need a Torkoal. I don't have a single Torkoal. Okay, I'm gonna have to go catch a Drought Torkoal, but I also need to breed my Prankster, Honchkrow / Murkrow. I thought I... Wait, let me delete this. I thought I had a Honchkrow. Do I not? Wait, is it a Murkrow? Wait a minute. I swear I had... Do I not have a Honchkrow / Murkrow? I thought I had one. I swear I had one. Did I not catch it? Am I misremembering? I must be misremembering. I swear I thought I had a... That changes things. I thought I had a Alpha Honchkrow / Murkrow caught, but I do not. Okay. That changes how I have to do this now. I need a Cottonee with Prankster, not a Murkrow. I do have one Cottonee. I have an Alpha Cottonee. I was confusing that. Okay. But that does not have... what's okay. So I need to go catch two Pokemon. I need to go catch a Torkoal and catch a Cottonee. Okay, this Cyndaquil hatch, boys. Let's see... Wait, no. Okay, sorry. For a second, I was like, I thought I'm so dumb. I'm just so dumb. Breeding is so... Okay. I thought that I randomly rolled the modest nature. I just Everstoned it. I don't know what I was... That's just... Okay, yeah, as expected. Okay, so we have Everstone plus... I was like so shocked for a sec. I was so excited. There's no way we randomly... Yeah, here we go. Okay. There's no way we randomly roll that. Modest 25 plus in both stats we need. Let's go ahead and we're gonna... Yep. Are you hyped to enter Jimmy Run Jail soon? We will be in Jimmy Run Jail. We're gonna reach a point... We're gonna start every stream with a Jimmy Run. That's how the stream... It's how the Iron Man content's gonna become very, very soon. Luxury Ball. Beautiful Cyndaquil. I don't care about the gender, I don't think, here. We'll let it randomly roll. That's the final breed, boys. That is both of our Typhlosions done with. I need to EV train them and XP. Save a lot of time, you know. I need to train them up, but I'm very happy with that. Let's head over to catching our Torkoal, which is best found... Let's see. Fiery Path. We only need one really quickly. Fiery Path home. It needs to be Drought, though. We could Ability Pill, but I'd like to save the Pokemon where possible. I know Magma Hideout better. Do I have the bike that can jump? Let's see. Yes, I do. Okay, so we can head over here because I know I have that. Okay. We're going to catch a Drought Torkoal. And then we will go for the Cottonee over in Unova. All right, and my perfect Cyndaquil is officially tagged with the name 0 gym runs, and then every time I do a gym run, I'm gonna rename him like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be the way that I count how many gym runs I do on the account, which will be a cool thing to keep track of. And the very first Torkoal we encounter is a Drought Torkoal. You can actually tell because when he enters the battle, the sun like goes up. You can tell based on the way the fight starts. So I can go ahead and Spore and then False Swipe and catch this as soon as possible. All right, and that's the Torkoal Catch, just as easy as that. Giving him Explosion TM would be nice. Maybe I'll breed him down to level 1 before I do that. You really just want a low-level Drought Torkoal to sacrifice itself. It doesn't really matter what it has, aside you want it to be low level generally. So that is the Torkoal taken care of. Our other Typhlosion hatched. It's beautiful. 26 plus in both stats. That's exactly what you want to see. We do have a name for it. Tally Erupt. You can actually, if you want to permanently affect my Iron Man account and rename my Pokemon, you can watch my streams live on Twitch and spend these fake things called channel points you get from watching the stream for free. You can spend them to rename Pokemon. And a lot of people aren't taking enough advantage of it. Tally Hack has been doing a lot of the renaming. So feel free to watch the stream and you can name Pokemon, obviously within boundaries. Name Pokemon, whatever you really want to for the most part on my account, which is fun. Now, we have a 3x Horde of Cottonee, my last Sweet Scent. If I pay attention, you can actually see which one is Prankster if you see them growth before your Dragon Claw goes off, because that means they went ahead of you, obviously. So let's see. Nobody went ahead of me. So that either means there's no Prankstermon here, or could use False Swipe check as well. False Swipe might be better, but I'm using this to clear the Horde. There's either no Prankstermon here. That one in the middle is not Prankster for sure, or the Prankster one used an attack like Mega Drain. So we know that this one's not Prankster in the middle because it used Growth and it moved after me. So I have to go for this one might be Prankster, but it also might just not be. If it uses Growth here, it's not. It could still be. Right, here's the Cottonee catch. Moment of truth. Does it have? Is it Prankster? Yes, that's so. Oh, that's so good. That's perfect. Bad IV is what we want. Dude, my heart is kind of. It sounds so dumb and cheesy. I know, but my heart's kind of beating, dude. All I need to do is teach this Tailwind. I can actually either Sunstone it to evolve it, I believe, or I might as well because it's do I have a Sunstone? Only 2. I think it's worth because I need the evolution. Well, I'm on my party, but I need the evolution for the Pokedex anyway. And it might learn it upon level up, but I also need to buy the TM. We just caught the final Pokemon I need for my Jimmy Run team. I'm done, guys. The Jimmy Run team is like, I still have to train. I have to EV train, XP train for hours, but like the Pokemon themselves, it literally makes me like I'm so excited, man. The thing that changes the way that you play PokeMMO the most out of anything in the whole game, whether you're a main account or an Iron Man, is a Jimmy Run team. A Jimmy Run team changes how you think about Pokeyen for every type of Pokemon player. It's that powerful. It's that game changing. Dude, it's so beautiful. There it is, chat. Look at it. It's fucking gorgeous, dude. Oh, we have the team done. It's just time to train, man. That is so exhilarating. Oh, perfect. I just have an Explosion TM. That's so good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use an Explosion TM on my Torkoal. Then if I have a Tailwind TM, I might just go ahead and do that on my Cottonee. I'm going to Sunstone it. I always forget. Sometimes I feel like I've seen it where Cottonee does learn Tailwind when it evolves. I need it for Pokedex anyway, so we'll get 2 birds, 1 stone. Get a Pokedex entry, and then if it learns Tailwind, awesome. If not, I'll go buy a TM really quick. So we're going to get these 2 Pokemon set up, and then as soon as these guys are set up, my Torkoal's already done. My Torkoal's officially set up. No move relearn. Okay, I'm gonna go buy a Tailwind TM, teach that to the Whimsicott, and then we just need to EV train, XP train, and we can start our Jimmy runs very soon. Yes, it's a good call from Night Shadow and chat. I could just level it to 28 and get the Tailwind for free, but honestly, it's actually relevant to have your Whimsicott and Torkoal as low level as possible. So I'd actually rather just spend the Pokeyen. Also, once again, the Jimmy Run team is gonna solve the Pokeyen problem, so I'd rather actually just go ahead and spend the extra. It's a good call though. I appreciate chat helping out. I'd rather just take this. I hate the way the TMs are sorted. Just sort them all by alphabet, okay? Not by type. I have to like find the flying type. There's like 10 flying type TMs in total. We're gonna buy Tailwind. Teach that to our Whimsicott. Over Growth. Boom. Put it in the first slot, of course. There it is. Our setup Pokemon are complete. That's huge, man. All right, we're going to plop these bad boys in here for the future. They're ready to use, and now it's time to start officially EV training. I might as well EV train as many Pokemon as I possibly can while I'm doing it. I'm going to start off with some speed EV training over at Rapidash in Unova. I can't wait for this to actually fuck me up in the future. Someone Twitch redeemed to name the Whimsicott Torkoal, and then name the Torkoal. You said Cottonee. Would you rather me do it Whimsicott? I assume to actually... I can't wait for this to actually mess me up in the future. I'm actually gonna like bring in the Ronmons. That's so obnoxious. I kind of love it though. Good shit, Twitch chat. I think the best strat here is gonna go ahead and just do a synchronized Pokemon. I'm just trying to speed EV train, synchronize Pokemon whenever I can. I don't really have like Pokemon laying around that need EV train at the moment. Aside from this Litwick, which I will special attack EV train as I train. Those will be perfect timing. But I think with that, we're set up. Our inventory is good. I'm ready to just go ahead and start EV training, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. All right, and much later at a perfect 2 a.m., I'm finishing up the speed EV training. Don't worry, it didn't take me that long. I just kind of took a nice little break after the stream and did a bunch of other, real life activities, watched some movies, hung out, etc., etc. There we go. Speed EV training done with. Let's go set up for special attack EV training next. And this also gives me a good chance to go ahead and switch in my Litwick over my Kadabra. I'd like to special attack EV train this maybe in the future, but doesn't even honestly exactly need it. It's really just there to be a synchronized Pokemon, but we can put this XP share over on this Litwick. And this Litwick is a pretty big deal. When this turns into a Chandelure, this will be a complete and ready PvP Pokemon, honestly. It's not timid, which is kind of preferred for PvP, but it's decent enough. And the big thing is the main use of this Litwick turning Chandelure is a Halloween Pumpkin boss. It could be a decent raid Pokemon as well. Raid Pokemon, somewhat of a PvP mod, but number one usage, the Pumpkin boss, the Halloween event. This is one out of the 3 big Pokemon you need to be able to do the Halloween event. So that will be massive. And Typhlosions number 2. So if I can get a nice Crocodile at some point, I don't think I even have caught a Sandile on this account yet. Nope. I've not caught a single one. So I have one Krokorok. We'll have to go farm one of these bad boys at one point. Very powerful Pokemon. But I'm going to EV train here comfortably over at Gloom in Hoenn. I'll see you guys when I'm done special attacking. Alrighty, fellas, I am making it just in time. I haven't finished EV training my Quilavas quite yet. I totally forgot there's a catch event today at 11 a.m. I'm just barely making it. You can see everybody over here already getting their pre-catches, gaming. I went ahead and grabbed myself a quiet synchronized. It's not synchronized. I'm going to go get an ability pill really quick, I think, and go switch that. The event begins in 2 minutes. I am in a rush. I forgot the catch event was starting, but we're gonna try to get here in time. Get a quiet, synchronized lead Pokemon. I also have a sticky hold Pokemon in the back just in case that's actually high enough level to work as well, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and go grab that ability pill. I know this costs a fair bit, 35k just to change the ability, but I think it's worth it. I've been working on my synchronized full group of Pokemon. I've been training them. Boom, synchronize. Yep, that's worth it. It's worth it. I'll be making plenty of Pokeyen soon. We won't have to worry about it so much very, very soon. Back over Cerulean City we go. I believe we have the Super Rod here, but you can just check. It's a Corsola catch event. You can check the details over here on the forum post. 11 a.m. to noon. Corsola's plus 10. Gyarados minus 5. Horsey. Quiet is the best nature by far. Plus 10 is pretty significant. Shiny Corsola prize is at risk. Let's go get ourselves. Let's go check. Pokedex. Corsola. Cerulean City Kanto. Cerulean City Super Rod Kanto. Yes, you want a Super Rod. You don't want to do any. I believe you don't want to do anything else here besides Super Rod. It's going to give you your best chance. The event officially started. I'm getting stalled by an NPC. That's okay. The event has officially started, fellas. Good luck, good luck. We made it just in time. I'm like a little bit late for my first catch, but that's okay. We couldn't prep our first catch, you know. That's okay. Now make sure, huge tip, make sure you cannot catch up here, okay? This is Route 24. Make sure you check the top left-hand corner of your screen. You have to make sure it says that you're in Cerulean City, which is over towards this area. So make sure to head over here before you actually start fishing. All right, everybody here, good luck to all participants. Good luck on your catches, and I'll see you guys with any cool catches. But I'm trying to on the fly figure out what strategy I should use here. I don't have a Horsey in my Pokedex. Horsey should be 100% quick ball catch rate. Gyarados is only 30%, so it's not worth doing that. Corsola is 39% quick ball. So the strategy I believe is going to be quick ball all Horseys, but then anything else, I'm going to either have to switch over to my Smeargle or just lead with my Smeargle here and not worry about the nature bonus, which might be the better play. to catch more Pokemon. Usually just leading your catching Pokemon and getting more catches is ideal versus synchronized, but it depends if you're quick balling or like what strategy you're employing. Here I can quick ball the Horsey. Okay, I'm gonna be so honest. I did 1000% just catch this Krabby for Pokedex entry. It's kind of silly during catch events, but you know what? Anything we could add to our Pokedex along the way at this point in the account, 150 Pokemon now caught OT, we'll take it. This is a great question. Harry G said, "What's your most proud accomplishment so far on the Ironman account?" To be totally honest, it's what's next. It's completing the Jimmy Run team. Like I need to quick ball this. Yeah, once I get the Quilavas / Typhlosions, EV trained, XP trained, and like I do my first Jimmy Run, it'll definitely be getting my first Jimmy Run done. That'll be the most proud accomplishment for me, for sure, in my opinion. Now, I think we're just early. It's quiet without even the synchronized. Beautiful. We're just early game. I think that's the beautiful thing right now is we're still early game on the Ironman account. So every time we do the next thing, it's almost always my next proud thing, you know, like having 4 regions done, getting the shiny, the first OT shiny, getting the amount of synchronized and utility Pokemon I have, getting the catching Smeargle was massive. Right now, like the Garchomp, right now, it's almost always whatever is next is my most proud accomplishment because we're still so early on at the account. I know we're 225 hours in. We're still in the early game. We don't have all 5 regions done. We're not in mid game yet. We're in the early game, in my personal opinion. Oh, that's such a weird catch. Not worth for the catch event. An amazing breeder. Double 31, water A and water C. Double 31 in these stats. Phenomenal breeder. That is a really lucky catch. Nothing for the catch event, but an amazing breeder, dude. That's what you want to see, dude. Hell yeah. All right, I'm actually out of net balls for this event. We just talked about which one's better. Net balls are really good for the Corsola catches. I'm going to head over to Unova really quick and go buy some net balls, spend down a bit more Pokeyen. I was worried. It's been really funny. I was worried at the start of this Ironman episode that I wouldn't be able to spend enough Pokeyen. I wouldn't be able to spend all the Pokeyen that I wanted to. And people always ask me, you know, what do you even do with Pokeyen on an Ironman account? You can't even buy stuff on the GTL. What do you do with it? Dude, it is crazy how fast you run through Pokeyen on this account. Watch this. Like, it's crazy because you have to do so many catch events. You have to catch so many Pokemon, right? And the Pokemon you catch can't be converted into Pokeyen like on a main account, right? On a main account, you always end up selling Pokemon, right? That's why you catch a lot of Pokemon is to sell them for profit. You can't do that on an Ironman. So all Pokemon caught all Pokeballs just get poofed into a different resource. You're converting your Pokeyen into Pokeballs and then converting the Pokeballs into breeders and into good IV Pokemon. You're never getting it back into Pokeyen, if that makes sense. So it's very different than a main account in that way, where when your Pokeyen's gone, your Pokeyen's gone. You're transferring it into a different resource as opposed to sort of spending money to make more money, if that makes sense. It's a great question. Got another Staryu encounter. I'm definitely wasting a little bit of time in the catch events just to get some of these Pokedex encounters, but eventually that won't be possible because the Pokedex will be completed, okay? So, you know what? While we can do it, I go ahead and do it. Just a quick ball on a Staryu, really easy. Get that done in the Pokedex. No IVs. Got it caught. There we go. Okay, this catch event has been kind of scuffed for me, but at the same time, look at this. Modest Horsey, 25 plus attack, 25 plus HP. This needs like 2 breed, maybe 1 breed. If I bred it with something correctly and I could like high roll and medium roll the Spidef, high roll defense, medium roll Spidef, and then brace speed. This could be a done breed. We get the correct breeder for it. That could be a Kingdra PvP ready. And I think it's very possible, I'm not 100% sure, but it's very possible that a Rain team in PvP is one of the teams that I look to like enter into OU with first, because Rain is just so good at catching free wins sometimes. Rain is really good in low tier, from my understanding. Rain is really good in like low tier, low rank PvP to catch some free wins, because sometimes just leading with Pelipper and then U-turning over to a Choice Specs, Hydro Pump, Kingdra, and just hitting Hydro Pumps in Rain just does so much damage that sometimes you just pull away with the wins, you know? But if someone's team is properly built and can answer it, you're probably going to get outskilled. Like, Rain is not like broken. It's just really good for beginners or someone trying to snag a few free wins like myself. I think Kindra's also win rate in OU is like not very good. not that high. 94% pairing with Pelipper. Yeah, Rain does not have a very good win percentage, but it can snag some free wins every here and there. So that might be what I go for, but we'll see if we go for a more balanced team as well. I want to build a few PvP teams upcoming here in the future at one point. Obviously, we're pretty far from that. I got to solve Pokeyen first, but it's definitely it's getting closer and closer where I'm like, you know what? Grinding some OU and going for like the OU PvP rewards sounds like a lot of fun. Speaking of PvP rewards, the randoms one reset. It's Steelix. I don't need that. I'm not worried about that. I don't care about Steelix. It's not a good PVM Pokemon. That's a PvP only Pokemon. Not worried about a Steelix. Not nearly good enough to enter for the catch event, but 20 plus and 5 stats. We'll always take it. That's a fantastic breeder. We'll do well down the road. A free Dragon Scale catch on the Iron. I'll take it, man. Always need those. Yeah! That's a good catch. Oh my god. Okay. Yo, that's insane. My stream crashed right before this catch, which looks so sus. Holy. Okay. Chat. Fuck. Shit. That's a plus 10. That's a 176. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That might win. That's a 176. I'm so glad I woke up early. Oh my god. My face is like flushed. Dude, that's so fucked. My stream crashed like right before that. Oh my god. That's a 176. That's a 176 on the Iron Man. Oh my god. Oh my god. This might be the catch event that we win. I played this event so scuffed. I'm just done, I think, catching. Oh my god, my fucking blood is coursing, bro. Let me go pick up the... I know it's so dumb, but this is like... My Iron Man luck has been insane. There is no... Also, Spidget called we would get a crazy Corsola. There is no way. There is no shot I win my first catch event after like 10 or less catch events on the account. There is no way. This is insane. I'm gonna fucking... There's no way. Let me put this in my party. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. This could win. Oh, I don't look at my hopes up. I shouldn't look at my hopes up. This is a 176. This is a 176 total. I shouldn't get my hopes up because it might not win. I'm like assuming I win. I shouldn't get my hopes up. Let me go heal. Oh fuck, man. Let's go heal. And let's go keep catching, I guess, for a little bit. Oh, because the 166 isn't that high of a wild catch, but it's on a Corsola, which is nice. It's a 176. I shouldn't get my hopes up too much. This could place though. If this wins, I could get the XP re-amplifier. Yeah, it's true. Any amount of RP. Okay, chat, tell me if I'm wrong. I think this is a guaranteed top 3. Guaranteed top 3. This has got to be a guaranteed top 3. I hope you win, Pat. It would literally be completing an end game goal on the account. It would be the first end game goal. Yeah, I think top 3 is guaranteed. Dude, this is insane. I think this is guaranteed top 3. It comes down to, is it rank 1? And the question becomes, if it's not rank 1, do I spend the RP or do I save it? I think I would probably save it for XP re-amplifier, honestly. I think I want a re-amplifier so bad. This is so crazy, dude. This is so insane. This is like the biggest, this is like one of my I always said one of my favorite goals on the Iron Man was having to win a catch event to get RP is so cool to me. Yeah, I have a good shot to win. This is I can't believe it, dude. I almost didn't make it to this catch event on time. I almost forgot. This is gonna be so intense. I just someone saw they have a 177. Unless they linked it, the people lie about catch event points all the time. It happens almost every event. Unless they linked it, you can't believe them. But it's possible, obviously. Holy crap, man. The event ends in 1 minute. I am just shaking. I'm so fucking excited. Okay, the event just ended. I immediately whispered my entry over to Enzo. We should be good. Said my entry, smiley face, 176. This was caught with 5 minutes left in the event. 5 minutes left in the event. The nature's irrelevant. It's just Corsola's plus 10. So it's a 176. Let's make episode 5 of Banger Boys shiny Corsola incoming. I forgot that you also get a shiny. Oh my god. I'm so focused on the RP. Oh my god. I totally forgot that you even... Also, shiny Corsola is like an amazingly, like, pretty rare shiny. It's like an uncommon fishing shunt. Yeah, my brain has been so... This is gonna be very common, to be fair. It's a fishing shunt. My brain has been so locked in on... Shiny Corsola is like pretty rare. Shiny Corsola is a rare. People are saying, yeah, like shiny Corsola is a pretty rare shiny. I don't know if it's like a rare, but it's like pretty rare. You know, great blue. It's beautiful. I haven't even thought about the shiny. I'm so locked in on the RP. That's holy crap, dude. It's blowing my brain. All right, now we simply aura farm with our Corsola in front of the mods until placements are announced, until they have everything scored and ready. Registration is now closed. Results will be announced in a few minutes. Dude, I am just so antsy. I am just so ready for this. I've been so insanely lucky on this Iron Man account. I need to say that. Like, this account has been so consistently lucky, and I need to appreciate that because it's just, I've been really lucky, and I don't want to deny that. It's just really important to keep that in mind. You know, it's not all skill. It's a lot of grinding, a lot of hard work for sure, but I've been very lucky along the way, pretty consistently. Okay, they are back with the results, chat. I'm going to soak in every second of this because if I win the catch event, I mean, dude, I was saying a second ago, it's fucking crazy. I literally started today's stream with shout out to Senpai. I would have missed this catch event if not for him. Talk about Patrouski luck. We're like, I'm so glad I recorded that and I shouted that person out and I said thank you because now I might win a catch event that I was going to miss if it wasn't for that YouTube chatter. It's always some stars aligned shit, dude. It's crazy, man. I'm really lucky, man. I'm really lucky. Really fortunate. Okay. They've got the results. If we can just ignore the unhinged stuff happening in global chat, I appreciate it. Let's just look past that. They've got the results. Let's see what happens. Every single place that we see like matters. So like if we see me not get third, it means I could be second or higher. If we see the moment we see second place revealed, we know whether or not I won, if that makes sense. The moment we see second place and it's not me and it's a lower than 176, that probably means that I won. We'll have to see. They said they have the results and then didn't say anything. Why are the staff edging me? What is happening, bro? Come on, what do you... If Patrouski wins, I quit. Come on. Drum roll, okay. Drum roll. We gotta help the staff out with the drum roll. Get the drum roll going. Let's see, 4th place. We saw someone in my chat have a 19. There, I don't know if that's him. There's a catch time, so it might not be the person from our chat. Let's see the but congratulations, dude. 4th place. 4th place winner. I don't know if this is the... In 4th place, we have Satuya with 19 points. Congratulations, Satuya. Congratulations, man. Let's give him the GGs. We are 2 placement calls away from seeing... I'm scared, chat. 3rd was a 172, but they showed the time. Maybe it's gonna be really close. My heart is fucking... It's gonna be really close, chat. It's gonna be really close. 3rd is 172. It's gonna be really close. Don't show me at 2nd place. If I am at 2nd, it's still good. It's still amazing. It's still amazing if I'm 2nd, but let's... Come on, don't show me at 2nd. Don't show me at 2nd. Don't show me at 2nd. Dude, I am tapping my fucking toes. Come on. Don't show me at 2nd place. Come on, staff. Come on. Just, come on. What are you doing? Just do it. What are you doing? My heart can't take it. Come on. What are you... Please, 2nd place? Yeah! Oh my god! I won by 1 point! By 1 point! By 1 point! Holy fuck! Holy shit! By 1 point! 1 point. Let's go. I almost missed the catch event. I barely made it in time. I won by 1 point with 5 minutes left. Holy shit. 1 fucking point. Holy shit. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my god. Holy shit. That is insane. 1 point is crazy. 1 point, yes. In first place, Iron Patrouski with 176 points. Oh, I'm gonna screenshot this. Oh my goodness. Holy mo, streamer luck, paid actor, dude. Oh my god. How many people are gonna say rigged? That is so crazy, man. Below 10 catch events. I've done like 10 or less catch events. Dude, people are losing their faith. It's so fucked up. Oh my god. It's surreal. I should be getting a mail here. Wait, I can get a system mail because I think I can, even though it's full. My mail is full. I think they can still system mail me, I believe. Holy shit, man. They might whisper me as well. Oh my god, that's just insane. That is just, oh, it feels amazing. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Wait, look at this. Holy fuck, man. That is ridiculous. Oh my god. I cannot believe I can't believe I fucking won this by 1 point. Is crazy, man. Okay, some people are mad, but some people are, dude. Oh my goodness, man. Thank you, chat. Thank you to Senpai for letting me know the catch event was today. I almost missed it. What moves and spread? I have no idea. Dude, I'll have to think about it. Yeah, egg moves. I'll have to think about it. Oh my goodness. That is insane. Also, okay. Dude, imagine queuing up. I get to queue up into PvP now with a shiny Corsola on an Iron Man account. That's gonna look so fucking drippy, dude. Oh my god. Holy shit, man. We did it, boys. I just completed the first end game goal on the Iron Man account. What a fucking rush. Okay, I think that I have to I have to select the Corsola stats now, which I didn't know. I think I have to build this in the most Patrouski way possible. Chat, I think I'm going Choice Band, the Adamant, Head Smash, Hustle ability Corsola. High risk, high reward. I think I'm doing it, man. And it'll be in a Trick Room team because it's 35 base speed. Corsola is terrible in PvP anyway. So you know what? If I'm gonna make one, I might as well make a PvE one / one that would be really funny in PvP. So I need to tell this person, tell the staff member. Nature, Adamant, moves. I want Head Smash moves. Head Smash and Ingrained, just because it's an egg move. I can always get rid of it. 3 selectable IVs. IVs. Let's do this. IVs, 31 attack, speed, 31 speed, and then 31 HP maybe? 31 HP. I think that's it. I think that's everything. Not speed pad. Oh, you're right. It's Trick Room. Good call. Well, okay. Do I still want to be able to use it outside of Trick Room? Do I go 31 speed? I could choose 0 speed, which is really funny. What's a mon right now in... Wait, if I want it to be Trick Room, I could go Brave. No, I'd rather go... More time. No, that's fine. Let me I think I still go the speed because then I can go. I think it's still slow enough for Trick Room. I think I still go this, chat. I'm gonna be super honest. I think Did my whisper not send? What just happened? I just typed it all out and clicked send, and then it deleted. Wait a minute. What the hell? All right, I think I'm done with the whole process. I think from here, we just wait until they send it to me. Usually it takes a few days to a week or so. So it's not even 2 weeks. So I think right now we're done. We've won the catch event. 1,000 RPs and the, shinies coming my way. Crazy feeling. Let's go get back to work. Let's go finish EV training our Cyndaquils into Typhlosions. Dude, you're not wrong, plushie. Catch event win, Alpha Weavile for Pickpocket, Alpha Spinda for easier alpha catches. So much in so little time. I'm super jelly as a new Iron myself. I've been really lucky on this account, man. Single encounter for shiny. This will be my second shiny coming up. This account has been dripping of luck, man. It's been fortunate. Oh, hell yeah. Wait, that's awesome. I'm at this Alpha Sharpedo spawn, and I just caught this card. I quickballed it for Pokedex entry. It has hidden ability access. That's actually huge. I didn't even think about that. But now I can build a... I'm getting so... The luck continues, boys. Now I can build a Sharpedo comp with speed boost. Is it an NU? What tier is Sharpedo in? Actually, let's go check. Actually, not totally sure. We can check by going over tiers. NU? I feel like it's an NU, but I could be wrong. Yeah, speed boost. Dude, it's a pretty powerful, cool Pokemon. Let's see the stats. PvP stats. Sharpedo. 5% usage. It's a fun Pokemon to play with. We can, now that we have one with HA, we can build it up. We can breed it up. So that's perfect from there, man. That's awesome. All right, time for this Alpha Sharpedo encounter. Hopefully some decent luck. Let's see what happens. Level 68 female. I would love to get a nice IV one so we can actually just breed this one up into a comp a bit easier. Okay, we might have just fucking lost, bro. Whenever they become... No, it became indignant, chat. We're so fucked. It just did 30% with the Dark Pulse last turn, but then it did 64 and outsped. We're so cooked. Now it's so Jover. Why does it do that? If its stats get lowered too much, it becomes indignant. I usually lower the stats by -1 to help easier catch it. But then if you fail 2 timer balls... Well, now it... No way. Okay, that makes sense, to be fair. Now, with it in this situation, my best strategy is just to throw timer balls, even though it's not spored, and just hope it randomly taunts. That's fine with me. I just get more timer ball throws. Like, still just getting timer ball throws with it at 1 HP, not asleep, is still a good catch rate chance. Let's see. Okay, or Insta Break, sure. Beautiful, there it is. Nice, nice, nice. We caught the Sharpedo. Let's see the IVs. Bashful. Boom. I mean, that's pretty good. I'll take that. It just needs... We can even, like, medium roll this. We just need the speed. It's female. That's, like, quite good. I'm pretty happy with that. I would love to make a Sharpedo comp. The 31 attack is very relevant. It needs nature, unfortunately, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. All right. Back to EV training, our Typhlosions, and getting the Jimmy Run team finally made. Look at my team. I barely caught that, by the way. That was close. All right, there it is. 252 Spatak. Dude, we're done EV training the Jimmy Run team. It is now time to go XP train until my fingers fall off. All right, here's our Typhlosion evolutions. That feels pretty good. I did go ahead and teach them with Lava Plume as well on level ups. Lava Plume is something we could use prior to Eruption, but it's unlikely. You get Eruption. That does enter Typhlosion into our Pokedex as well, which is awesome. You get Eruption at level 82, I believe. Let's scroll down too much. Level 82 is Eruption. At level 82, we might be able to start Jimmy running. At least I tried around for fun. The next question is, how many Amulet coins do I have? I only have 1 Amulet coin. After I get the Jimmy Run team built and do my first Jimmy Run, I'm gonna have to start Amulet coin farming a ton. I'm gonna need 1 Amulet coin per day. Oh my god. I'm essentially going to need 1 Amulet coin per day played on the Iron Man account, which is obviously a ton. I probably could just farm them for 1 day and get like a month's worth, like 30 or so, if I really farmed for a day, like really consistently. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, my privilege is showing. I have not XP trained without XP charms and without donor status in a really long time. This shit is taking forever. Sometimes you can farm lucky eggs. The problem is they're not common enough, right? So lucky eggs, they last 30 minutes, right? They last 30 minutes and they give you a 50% boost, I believe. The small ones, correct? Let's go double check. Lucky eggs, small. Yep. They last 30 minutes and give a 50% boost. So if my math is correct, I'd have to get 1 lucky egg per 15 minutes, which I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure you definitely don't get. it would be way slower and way worse to go farm lucky eggs. It would be very inefficient for my, unless you do get 1 lucky egg per 15 minutes, but I could be, I don't think you do. I'm pretty sure they're like pretty rare, but I could be wrong. Now that's a good idea. That's the kind of backseat we're looking for, Daniel. What if you put one of the Typhlosions in the daycare while XP training the other one? Wouldn't that be faster? You're 1000% correct. That's a good fucking call. Let's go do that. That's a genius idea. Now we do actually already have 1 Pokemon in the daycare, but I think we can do 2 at once. That is a very, very good idea. Let's grab our fly Pokemon and do that. All right, now by the time this Typhlosion's level 100, for example, this one will not also be level 100. I'll still have to, let's actually train, let's do the opposite. Let's train the better one and then give the other one to the daycare. This one is only going to get like, I think it's 10 to 20% of the XP that I gain in the region. I have my Meowth as well. Raise 1 more. Yep. Raise Oldumar. There you go. All right. So now we can go XP train and have 2 mons trading at the same time. Let's have that Meowth in there as well, getting some free XP. So that'll be nice. I probably, at some point, I should go plop around Pokemon in every single daycare, but it's hard to keep track of it. It's hard to prep proper Pokemon for that. But at one point, we should do that. Now I can funnel all the XP just into this Typhlosion. And if I reach, you know what I should do? I should actually test. You know what? I'm going to do something massive. I'm going to go buy my choice specs now. I think it's finally time, chat. I think it's finally time. I have the BP. We're literally building the Jimmy Run team. I need a choice specs for when the team is done anyway. What I want to do is buy a choice specs, and then eventually I could reach a point where my Typhlosion's high enough level where maybe, just maybe, Lava Plume can kill the Tentacruels and clear the horde. I don't know. It's kind of unlikely, since Tentacruel is a special defense wall, as well as it's obviously not very effective. Fire type versus water. But I think maybe I can even teach it Earthquake, and that's like worth it. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But let's go get ourselves that choice specs. Look how, dude, there's so many BP items to buy, which is actually crazy. Earthquake might not do it because of our modest nature. Heavy duty boots, assault vest, Eviolite, scarf. I need a lot of these for PvP. Rocky helmet. Scope lens can be relevant. We have plenty of leftovers. Toxic Orb we need really badly. That'll be one of the next ones we do for our catching problem. Toxic Orb is a big one. We might be able to get that off of a wild Pokemon though and save some BP. Let's just buy the choice specs. Boom. That is a lot. That is a lot of our BP. Dude, BP is so hard to farm on this account right now. We're solving the Pokeyen problem. At one point, we'll have to solve the BP problem. Hopefully here at one point. I'm gonna test this. This will almost guaranteed die right now, okay? Almost guaranteed, like 99% chances will not work, but I want to test it to see how close we are. So let's go see. Let's just see how close we are. Let's see. Sometimes randoms PvP or certain PvP rewards will also have the Toxic Orb, but it takes a long time to farm that for sure. The BP situation is insane. It's tough to get BP for sure. Let's see if this is at all close. It's not even 30%. It's not even close. 30 to 40%. Yeah, not even close. Okay, I'm being kind of cringed lazy, but this is really cool. This is so satisfying. Over on the PokeMMO forums, whenever a catch event is over, they like update the catching event post and they say congrats to the winners. We can go ahead and just see first place Iron Patrouski 176. It feels pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it feels pretty cool. It was really lucky. Really cool to appreciate moments like this in your PokeMMO journey. All right, fellas, we got ourselves an Alpha Parasect over in Cerulean Cave in Kanto. Thankfully, I actually have the Sevi Islands fully done now, so I can actually enter the cave to go get the Alpha, so that's pretty nice. Having multiple Alpha Parasects, even though I already have one for a damp Parasect, having multiples, always ideal. You always want multiple catching Pokemon, multiple Spore users. There's just so many times in Alpha fights or other wild battles where you want to have multiple Spores, so this is still an important catch. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I traversed through this cave so quickly. That was legit some of the most muscle memory I've ever felt. I just traversed all the way to the back of Cerulean Cave on straight up instinct in one path, no mistakes. Sometimes it happens, man. Let's go ahead and start the encounter. I'm gonna immediately skill swap Contrary onto it. I might even need to use like revives and stuff to like really make sure I take this down, because otherwise this fight could be pretty tough. So we'll see how it goes. I think it goes indignant here. I played this fight the best I possibly could, dude. Maybe it won't indignant yet. It's turn 42 of this alpha Parasect encounter. To give you an idea, I'm just gonna catch it now. I'm gonna do the typical Iron Man luck of like, this might be my last chance. No fucking way. I don't know how this keeps happening. Every turn 42, every single alpha is like, okay, here's my last ball before I die, and I lose. The stats are kind of mediocre, but that's fine. I'll take it. I don't know. It happens every time. It's actually crazy. Turn 42, magic number. Yeah, shout out fucking it's Jackie Robinson. Is that? Sorry. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah, man. That's amazing. We caught it, boys. We got it done. That's all that matters. Fun fact, I'm actually using my last escape rope to get out of here, so I have to go buy escape ropes right now before I forget. So let me go do that really quick. Escape ropes, unironically, very, very important item to have on any kind of account in emergency situations like that where you forget your dig Pokemon. All right, what an insane day for the Iron Man, dude. Like, it literally was insane. Finished EV training and XP trained our Typhlosions. They're not quite usable, but they're almost there. Level 82, I can try to start my first run, maybe like 86 or so. I think we'll be doing our first Jimmy run next stream on the Iron Man account. And we also won a catch event today, which I still just like can't believe. We won't get the reward from anywhere for like 3 days to 2 weeks at the max, but that is just, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be insane. But I'm gonna go, I might do a little bit of XP training off camera, off stream here, over back in home in Battlefront here. But until then, until tomorrow's stream, I will see you guys later. All right, I went ahead and got my Typhlosion up to level 82, unlocked Eruption, and even on top of that, let's go ahead and look at this. I can actually successfully Eruption and kill an entire horde of Tentacruel now, which feels amazing. That's going to put a lot more XP into the Typhlosion itself, into wasting half of it every single horde on the Garchomp. So now XP training from this point will be a lot faster. I also don't need to XP train too much more. You probably could start running with a level 82 Typhlosion. It's not amazing, but it's doable. I probably would like to go ahead and get it to like maybe level 85 or 86 or so, and I definitely do want to use either PP ups or PP maxes or whatever I can on the Typhlosions that I do have access to. But I also actually need to go check out the other Typhlosion, right? I put that one in the daycare. Let's go ahead and go collect it. Let's go talk to the lady and see how many levels it's gained. I honestly have no idea. Meowth is up 41 levels. Typhlosion's up 13. I don't remember what level I put it in at. Let's just go ahead and check. Level 68. So, okay, I have one Typhlosion, level 82, 168. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I think the best plan will be, I'm going to go ahead and plop an XP share on this Typhlosion, and then we'll just go ahead and XP train with this Typhlosion in the lead, this Typhlosion gaining all the extra XP, and then as soon as this one, the backup one, gets to 82 and gets Eruption, that probably means we're ready to Jimmy run. So, I'll see you guys after a fair bit more XP training, and the next time I see you, we're probably ready to start our first ever Jimmy run on the account and revolutionize Pokeyen. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use this PP up on this Typhlosion. It is my better Typhlosion, so it's definitely better to use it on this one, and it's already impacting my XP training, let alone the Jimmy run itself. PP ups and PP, what's it called, maxes are one of the most valuable resources on my account right now. I actually don't have any more at the moment. I could farm them once I get later in the game. You can actually craft or essentially trade for PP maxes using things like a bunch of berry powders and certain like feathers and energy powders, like really random, semi-random resources seemingly around PokeMMO. But for now, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just kind of hoping this PP up does it. I might need to grab one more at some point. We'll see. I do have a fair bit of items just laying around the storyline as well that I haven't picked up, and I do have some guides on deck to run around and go pick those up if I need to. I could even like control F through some forum posts and see exactly where like PP ups and PP maxes are. So if it comes down to it at a desperate time, it would definitely be worth to go head over to those locations. Alrighty, here it is. This should be the final horde to get this Typhlosion up to 82. That will unlock the Eruption move on it, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. It's currently 1:43 a.m. my time. I'm going to go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, start stream, and do the first ever gym rerun on the fucking Iron Man account, dude. Not a normal account. I couldn't just go buy the Typhlosions. You know, I couldn't do all the stuff on an Iron Man account. It's still, I know I'm saying it over and over again, but it's a big step. It's a big step. Quite literally the biggest step on the entire account for Pokeyen. Maybe one of the biggest steps on the entire account. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning, fellas. Today is a special day because I am standing at the same spot that I used to stand in every single day, every single morning for years on the main account. And I'm now at that exact same spot on the Iron Man. I used to start every stream, dude. Every stream at this darn spot, at this desk over in the Queen City. And you know why I'm here? It's because it's the first gym, the first location to start our gym rerun. Today, we are doing the first ever gym rerun on an Iron Man account, on my Iron Man account. And I just can't wait. It's probably one of the first ones done in the world, you know? I can't wait. This is quite literally going to solve Pokeyen for us. It's going to make us at least minimum 200,000 Pokeyen a day, probably pushing 250 to 300k, especially as we get better and faster with it and more efficient with our route. I just can't wait. The first run's not going to be perfect, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. We're starting with 273,000 Pokeyen. That's very important. Keep track of that number. And I'm going to go through. We're going to be popping our Amulet coin. That'll act as a natural timer, a 1-hour timer. And we're going to be rebattling as many fights as possible. We will have to heal after every single one, which will slow us down, but that's okay. We're not trying to be the best in the world here. We're just trying to make some really solid Pokeyen. Previously, the best Pokeyen I could make per hour was payday pickuping. And that was like 100k Pokeyen an hour, right? This is going to be like 300k an hour. This is going to make me like 3 times the money. 3 times the money in the same amount of time as payday pickuping. It's going to be insane. So I'm excited for that. And then you might have noticed, look at the top left-hand corner. Boys, girls, lads, people of royalty, I can't believe it's already here. It's been 1 day. I haven't looked at it yet. I just looked at it. I just looked at it for the first time with you guys. It's been 1 day, dude. I can't believe. Look at the sparkles. It's so fucking pretty. It's so pretty, dude. Oh my goodness. Sent from Head Game Master Yibu. Thank you so much. It's beautiful, man. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I still can't believe. Account credited with 1,000 RP. Dude, I wanna like be emotional. Like, this is an end game goal for the Iron Man. I can't fucking believe this happened. I can't believe it, man. We have an amazing shiny, and not only that, I am almost definitely going to use this on the XP Reamplifier. I think it is most definitely the best item to get here. The reason why the XP Reamplifier is so good, for those who don't know, is that it splits the ratio of XP. You don't really earn, you earn a little bit more XP, 5% more XP, and that's not that big of a deal, right? 5% XP is not that crazy. What's crazy, the benefit is the 25% extra being shared among, or sorry, yeah, it's basically what happens is when you're using XP shares, 50% of the XP goes to the lead Pokemon, aka usually a level 100 Pokemon, like my level 100 Garchomp, that I've been using to EV train and XP train, and then the other 50% goes to the rest of, you know, the Pokemon with the XP shares. When using the XP Reamplifier, 50%, or sorry, 25% of the XP goes to the level 100 Pokemon. And if the XP is going to a level 100, it's going to waste. It's poofing. It's poofing into thin air. So there's not really a great way around this in PokeMMO, aside from the XP Reamplifier, where you're only wasting 25% of the XP, as opposed to 50%. So we're going to be gaining 25% more XP every single time we XP train or EV train or anything like that from this point forward, which is just obviously massive. Now, someone asked earlier, what are the Pokeyen sinks for an Iron Man account? It's a great question, because a lot of people might not understand why do I need so much Pokeyen? Why am I putting so much oomph and faith and effort into this Jimmy Run team? Obviously, the big ones are Pokeballs, Repels, Lures. It's really easy to forget how expensive all that stuff is. And on a main account, I was saying yesterday, on a main account, when you buy Pokeballs, right? You're buying Pokeballs to catch Pokemon, to then sell those Pokemon for more profits. You're getting Pokeyen back. But on an Iron Man account, when you spend money on a Pokeball, it's poof, it's all, you're spending it on other resources. You're converting Pokeyen into breeders and into good IV Pokemon. On a main account, you're converting Pokeyen into more Pokeyen. So it really just poofs away way faster. I've probably already spent anywhere from, I'm trying to think. I've probably already spent an egregious amount of Pokeyen on this account. I know I've spent 800k plus 600k. I've probably already spent like 1.5, 1 point plus mil Pokeyen on this account, and I haven't even done that. I've done a lot, but you know what I'm saying. I haven't even spent a whole lot, right? The other big Pokeyen sync that's actually commonly forgotten, which I'm going to go ahead and go do now before I start the Jimmy run for fun, and because I honestly want my Pokeyen stack to be as close to 0 as possible before we start this. The other big Pokeyen sync is the mysterious crates over in Kanto, over in the casino, and you can get certain vanities from those. You can get certain items like PP ups, PP maxes, etc., etc. I'm gonna head over there. We're gonna open some for fun, clear our Pokeyen count, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, for those who don't know, over in Celadon City in Kanto, you can actually head inside of here and go buy 60,000 Pokeyen worth of coins, or buy the wrong amount like I just did, but buy this amount of coins. I already have some, so I don't need, I don't need the full 60k, but it's about 50 to 60k to get all the coins, and then you can go spend max coins, I believe, over here on a mystery box if you have the max amount of coins. And the mystery box has a certain amount of things, a certain amount of random little items that are really relevant. So I'm gonna go back and forth, buying as many coins as possible, and just spend them on the mystery boxes. I could also buy TMs and stuff about other things, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I could spend a little bit safer, smarter as well. Like get a Porygon. I might get one and get one Porygon, since Porygon is one of the hardest mons to get in your Pokedex. You need a swarm of it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and make sure we spend our Pokeyen a little bit carefully and buy a Porygon. But other than that, I'm going to spend down, get as many mystery boxes as possible, and then we'll start our Jimmy run from scratch. Yep, someone asked, we have to farm Amulet coins for every single run? Yes, that'll be a big thing I do after today's Jimmy run, is just heading over to Island 1 and beginning Amulet coin farming. I'm going to need one for every single day we play on the account. All right, I did just buy a Porygon. That's actually one of the only ways to get a wild Porygon spawn in PokeMMO aside from swarms. It should be sent over to, here we go, right here. Let's go ahead and check it. Random rolls, no stats, nothing worth noting about. Actually, literally nothing. The only stat it has is the stat that's irrelevant to it. That's okay. Just wanted to go ahead and get up Porygon in my Pokedex. That's a good step. We can always breed it up later on with Dittos. All right, this is my last purchase of the coins. You can see I'm down to around 16,000 Pokeyen here. I'm gonna go spend the rest on Pokeballs as well. That is 5 mystery boxes. I'm going to go ahead and open them and just hope for something useful, hope for something relevant. I don't really want to see vitamins, but if I do, it's not the end of the world. Let's put it here. Are we ready to pop some boxes? Do a little bit of Iron Man gambling. This is a good Pokeyen sync. If I ever have extra Pokeyen, I can always pop it into these. Box number 1. Honestly, 3 Thunderbolt TMs. Very happy with that. Ethers, that could be usable. Flamethrowers, very happy with that. I think that is... I think that is way cheaper than buying the TMs, actually. I think it is. Move the factor. I got you. Your call. I think it is actually way cheaper than buying, because the TMs themselves would cost like 30k from the Pokemart. This might be, there's vanities in here as well, I believe. Ethers, and then Ice Beams. I'm honestly so happy with those TM rolls. You know, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's efficient, right? Yeah, those TMs would cost 30k a piece from the... That's 30, 60, 90. Or sorry, 9 TMs, 30k a piece from the TM Mart. That would have costed me 270,000 Pokeyen for those TMs. And they're all really relevant TMs that I will put on Pokemon in the future. So that was actually like a huge profit for me. Hell yeah, that was very lucky rolls. Very happy for that. Fellas, it is finally time. The first Amulet coin is about to be popped. This guy's been popping off fireworks this whole time. Shout out to him. He's used so many for this. Okay. The very first Amulet coin ever. The very first one. This is going to boost the Pokeyen I gain by 50%. It is well worth to use, and I will be farming Amulet coins as well to hopefully pop for as many Jimmy runs as possible. Every single completed Jimmy run, I will also up this number by 1 every single time. Let's go ahead and start. Boom. Okay. Our first Jimmy run begins, fellas. Thank you so much for the good luck, dude. We're doing our typical lead. For those who don't, I'm not going to show you every single gym fight because they're pretty boring after you learn what you do. But I really enjoyed it. It feels really satisfying. It feels really fun. Jimmy runs are just some of the most interesting things on a PokeMMO account, in my opinion. One of the biggest steps for any account, whether you're an Iron Man or a main account, what you do is you set up your sun. You set up your sun with your Drought Torkoal as it enters the fight. You want your Torkoal to be low level and slow because the slower weather sets, and sometimes you'll have opposing weather setters. And then your Whimsicott, confusingly named Torkoal, will set up Tailwind with Prankster. Prankster will allow it to move ahead of the enemy Pokemon, get priority, And now we can go ahead and bring in our double Typhlosions and just spam Eruption. And this does... I didn't heal. I didn't heal before. Ignore that. This does... Oh my goodness. We already made a mistake and it's our first gym. That's okay. This does enough damage to just blast through pretty much every single gym in all of PokeMMO. And then every single time we beat a gym, we should be getting around 13,000 Pokeyen per gym completed. So even if we do 10 gyms, it's 130k. If we do 20 gyms, it's like 260k Pokeyen. Classic Pat Gym Rerun. It's a classic start, boys. Watch this. Blissey, the special defense wall beast of all of Pokemon. Why do they double helping hand? Okay, watch this Blissey get annihilated by a special attacking move. This is literally supposed to be the strongest special defense wall in all of Pokemon. Supposedly able to tank every single... everything. Getting absolutely destroyed by... Okay, that's just embarrassing. Anyways, I was supposed to also... Okay, I've already made 3 mistakes. Three mistakes. Okay, I was also... Okay, we're gonna This is really funny. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Making mistakes, fucking up, smoothing it out along the way. That's what the Iron Man account is all about, okay? We're going to take care of this. I'm going to put an XP share on my Moltres after, because a big benefit of this kind of run is I can actually have a backup Pokemon in the back that I actually XP train along the route, which is really nice. Really some nice extra little efficiency. And I do have my level 100 Garchomp in the back with Earthquake in case I run into Flash Fire Pokemon. There's 2 chances for Flash Fire Pokemon over at Nimbasa City and Pewter City. So we're gonna go ahead and continue on. Here is the first ever gym complete in the first ever gym run on the Iron Man. He outspeeds, gets a rock slide off because I lasted too many turns. We still should be good. We have Garchomp in the back. A terribly slow gym that should hopefully kill. Okay, this is really sloppy. No, it worked. Okay, it worked. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, fellas. There it is. Our first 13k, dude. From zero. From absolutely nothing. We're going to rebuild starting right now. All right, fellas. And with that done, that is our first ever Jimmy run out of the way. I made a lot of mistakes. We had to fix a lot of things, and that's okay. That's what it's all about. We still made 235,000 Pokeyen in just 1 hour. Alrighty, after finishing our first ever Jimmy run, making 235,000 Pokeyen in 1 hour, we're going to go ahead and go farm Amulet coins for our future reruns. I obviously need as many of these as possible. I need a Windroll on me. I need as many of these as possible, but even if I just get like 10 would be an amazing starting point to allow me to do 10 days of Jimmy runs, right? So every single Amulet coin will equate to 1 Jimmy run in 1 day. You can only do Jimmy runs every 18 hours. So that is like the balancing of them and the downside of them. You can't just make 235k an hour over and over and over again. All right, there's a lot of things to still do this month. I've still got to go for Articuno, still got to go for Raikou. We got to take things one step at a time, fellas. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and get into Amulet coin farming. So I'm going to be using my Frisk Pokemon here, my Frisk lead Baynet, Sweet Sending with my Oddish, and then switching over into my Weavile every time I Frisk an item versus a Meowth. So if I see a Frisk proc here, I'll go ahead and switch over to Weavile. I don't, so I just keep doing Hordes. This is a nice spot because you don't need Lepa Berries. You can just run back and forth between the one island PC. But to farm Amulet coins, you just sit here, you do your Friskas, you do your Hordes. You do get Ponytas sometimes. Ponytas you just ignore. You just don't worry about them. And then I'll just hopefully either be able to thief off or pickpocket off Amulet coins. It's the same strategy as Everstone, essentially, basically. So if you're used to that, you'll be used to this. So I'll see you guys as soon as I get some Amulet coins. I might even set like a 1 hour timer and see how many we can get within 1 hour. All right, we already got our first Amulet coin. That only took, I think, it's the first inventory of Sweet Scents. This was four Sweet Scents only. 4 Sweet, now we can just run. They scratched me. I got the Amulet coin. I take it off my Weavile, and we just keep going again. There we go. Just as easy as that. Yeah, this might actually be super worth it and a great call from Mist in chat. I'm about to do something kind of complicated. I'm going to head over to Unova, but I think it will be worth it. We're going to set up our Baynet to use Imprison, which is a move that locks out the other moves that the opposing Pokemon are able to use. So these Meowths at this spot in Kanto can use Assurance, Slash, Screech, and Nasty Plot. Assurance and Slash, I believe, both make contact. So they trigger the Pickpocket Weavile. But obviously Screech and Nasty Plot don't. So if they use either of those moves, it slows things down and could even prevent me from getting Amulet coins. But if I lead with my Frisk Pokemon and I stay in for one extra turn, and I use Imprison with Screech and Nasty Plot on my Pokemon, I can then switch to Weavile on a turn where the Meowths can only use Assurance or Slash, which should make it guaranteed to pickpocket the item, which is really, really interesting. So let's go ahead and find these TMs and do all that. Unfortunately, the TMs are sorted super annoyingly in PokeMMO, so I'll see you guys after I buy them. Okay, these TMs are going to cost me a pretty penny, but this was a good example. The whole point of unlocking Gym Run, so I don't have to worry about Pokeyen, right? This is going to make it so I can much easier. Oh, I should have just I had a Screech. Fuck, that's okay. Screech was 5k, not a big deal. This is going to make it so I can so much easier farm here. Imprison, we're going to teach that. I might even just buy a few Imprison TMs while we're here over Sucker Punch, and then Nasty Plot. So let me just show you guys what this looks like. This should make our farming a lot easier. All right, we got the Frisk on the Meowth horde. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like now that we have Imprison. So we go ahead and click. I love the like Imperial Seal, the wax seal. I love the dude, the visual of Imprison is so good. Okay, so we have the Imprison up. Now we have to wait for this turn to finish. So it slows down the fights themselves to some extent, but it should make the pickpocket guaranteed. So boom, now we get the Pickpocket, beautiful. And we got an Amulet coin. So this just makes it way more consistent. It should make it a little bit faster, way more consistent, way more comfier. This should be a much better way to farm. That's a really, really cool option. It's very niche. It's very specific. You need to have Imprison, Nasty Plot, and Screech. But if you do, you can do this. Perfect. All right, I know I keep getting Omega distracted from actually doing the Amulet coin farm, but there's a water Pheno right now over in Unova, and I have to like really start focusing on Phenos. If I ever want to complete my Pokedex in a timely fashion, these are crucial to do when they appear and not skipping out on them. Also, getting as many mysterious gem clusters as possible is nice. Now, this is not a Pheno-only Pokemon, but it's still like a pretty annoying Pokemon to get for the Pokedex. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna go try to quick ball it. If that doesn't work, that's okay. Not a Pheno-only mon, so it's not the best thing, but we'll still get a mysterious gem cluster, as well as get something knocked off the Pokedex, which is always great to see. So we'll get this taken care of here in a quick sec. But if you don't know, there's a fair bit of species, things like Audino, for example, that are Pheno-only. You know, you have to get them from these random weird little Phenos, and otherwise, you can't complete your Pokedex. And that is a really big goal on the Pokemon Iron Man. So, and now that I have Johto done, and now that I, might work towards Sinnoh, as soon as I work towards Sinnoh, I can do at some point, right? There's a lot of things. Eventually, I really could complete my Pokedex now. It's a much more realistic goal. So, Phenos become that much more important. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and start my 1 hour timer now. We're going to test right now. We're going to test 1 hour of Frisk thieving these Amulet coins on the Iron Man, see how many I can get per hour. I think I'm hoping for like 6 to 8 an hour. And then if I could get like 10 saved up, that would set me up pretty well for a little bit. And then eventually down the road, I mean, I'd love to have like hundreds one day, but you know what? It doesn't happen for a while. That's totally okay. All right, this is the final horde of the hour. I'm not going to lie. I think I just got really unlucky, to be fair. I had 2 Amulet coins heading into this hour. I'm hoping for 6 to 8 Amulet coins made from the hour. So I'm hoping to have 8 to 10 total Amulet coins in my bag. I have not checked yet. I did get like 5 or 6 Quick Claws. So I think my luck was a little rough there. I did. Honestly, I'm happy with that. I wanted 6 to 8 Amulet coins in an hour. I got 6. This is a week's worth of Amulet coins, a week worth of Jimmy running. So I'm honestly more than happy with that. I'm gonna continue farming a little bit more casually, but it's good to know the numbers. Aiming for around 6 an hour is a good metric. All right, I achieved my goal, fellas. I got my 10 Amulet coins. This should last for about 2 weeks or so. I think that's a good place to go ahead and call it for today, fellas. Alrighty, I forgot to do this on stream earlier, but there's 2 things I want to go ahead and do really quick. Number 1, it's finally, I know I've already achieved it, I've technically achieved it, but we're actually going to redeem it, right? I'm achieving the first endgame goal on this account, and it's almost a little bittersweet. It's, you know, suffering from success. Oh, you got so lucky and won a catch event, Patrouski. I know, you're not wrong. But this was like my favorite goal on the entire account. Like I talked about that in episode 1. This is the coolest goal to me. I think it's so interesting how the only way to get RP is to win catch events or PvP tournaments. And here I am, only at episode 5, completing what I think is the coolest achievement on the account. Well, time to make some new goals, fellas, and some new achievements. There is the XP Reamplifier bot. That is my RP spent. I now have the best way to XP train in PokeMMO for so early on in the account, which is going to save me a ton of time in the future, which just feels amazing. I need to XP train my raid Pokemon, my Chandelure, my Halloween boss Pokemon, you know, whatever it is down the road, which I have so many things to my boxes, honestly, to currently level. I need to XP train my Breloom like crazy, for example. I have a lot of stuff to do. I'll be using this instead of XP shares. Just in case you don't know, I explained it earlier, but this gives 25% of the XP to the lead Pokemon and then 75% to the other Pokemon. So it actually is more efficient versus XP shares, as well as you just get plus 5% bonus XP in general, even if you're using like the lead Pokemon or something like that. If the elite Pokemon's actually not wasting the XP, for example. So that is step 1 of reaping our rewards. Let's also head over to our PC and our mail really quick and go grab that shiny Corsola. It's crazy, like when I won the event, I wasn't even thinking about the Corsola. I was so into the idea of the RP, but dude, after seeing this Corsola claim to party, it's so beautiful. It's such a, like, what a rare shiny. Oh my god, this follower sprite, it's an amazing shiny, a really rare one to flex on the Iron Man that I'm super happy about. I'm definitely excited to go EV train it, 252 attack, and then I can't decide if I'm going to do 252 speed. I want it to be a Trick Room Pokemon, but at the same time, like, you really could use it as, you could still use it in Trick Room with the speed EV training and like have it be slower than enough mons to where it's relevant, but it's tough. It should be slow enough at 35 speed. It's going to be really, maybe I want to use it like Scarfed. If I want to use it in PVM, I probably need to go ahead and speed EV train it. It's kind of a weird situation, but it's a beautiful Pokemon. I'm excited to use it in a lot of fun ways and EV train it. But for now, the main goal that I have left throughout the rest of this episode, I'm just going to go hunt Articuno and just hunt Articuno the best I can. Now, to hunt Articuno, I am no longer going to payday pickup, I think, at least for the time being, at least for now. Maybe I'll change my thoughts on that, my opinion on that. But for now, I really want to hunt the legendaries as quickly as possible. When I'm payday pickuping, I only get around 100, maybe, you know, 150 encounters per hour. If I'm just using Swarm and like Expert Lures or just Swarm in general, I'm getting like 280 to 300 encounters per hour, hunting way faster, way more efficiently, right? I'd rather do that than, now that I have Pokeyen taken care of, so I forgot to turn alerts off, that's fine. Thanks for subscribing, Snowy Storm, I appreciate it. Instead of hunting and getting extra Pokeyen along the way, I'll instead just focus on getting the Articuno done with as quickly as possible, and then I can do gym reruns for the Pokeyen. Gym reruns are pretty much going to be the rest of my Pokeyen on the account. I don't know if I'll ever need to worry about making Pokeyen ever again, as long as I do my gym rerun every day responsibly. But to effectively go hunt Articuno, I now need a fast Swarm Pokemon, and my Beedrill is not quite fast enough. It's level 54, it's 252 speed EV trained, and it's Jolly Nature, my shiny Beedrill, but it's still not fast enough, so I need to do two things. I need to go attack EV train it, and then I need to go XP train it over at Tentacruels. We'll be using our XP Reamplifier, I believe, for this process, which will feel really cool. Now, unfortunately, I actually can't even really use the XP Reamplifier to its full effect at the current time because it acts as an XP all. So on a main account, this isn't a big deal because most of your utility Pokemon are level 100. On an early game Iron Man account, when this is my max PP maxed Sweet Center, and this is my Surf Pokemon, and, you know, this is my Teleport Pokemon, the XP is going to be split between all of these low-level Pokemon. However, once I get all of these guys to level 100 as well, you know, that's when the XP Reamplifier really becomes powerful. So it's going to be weird at first, I'm not going to lie, but we'll try to fix it at one point. You want to have as few Pokemon in your party in situations like this to have it all go to the Pokemon, right? But it's kind of a little wonky here. So because of that, for the attack EV training, I am going to go ahead and go use an XP share for now. And when we go over to XP training, we'll see what I end up doing. I might do a little bit of both. I'll have to swap back and forth. We'll have to decide. Now I'm going to go ahead and go EV train over at Nidorino to the east of Fuchsia City. Pretty typical EV training spot. Nothing interesting to say here for the most part, except I will be using my Typhlosion now to actually use these eruptions and actually XP train him at the same exact time while also training my Beedrill. So the XP is not going to waste here, which is a nice feeling. All right, I finished the attack EV training over my Beedrill, but now I want to go ahead and do some XP training, and I just want to see how absolutely silly this looks. Hilariously, I don't think I'm even able to use this item yet effectively. It's actually so sad. I've been so excited to get this item, and I don't even think it's good for me yet, but maybe I should just tank it, suck it up, deal with it, and just, like, get my utility mons to level 100, which would take forever, and then it would be good long term. Maybe I just use the XP share. It's honestly really hard to decide. I'm going to go ahead and just start by using it and just see how ridiculous this looks, because I'm going to get so much XP on so many, or so little XP split across just a million different Pokemon. Let's just go ahead and see what happens. We should be able to one-shot these Tentacruels. Yes, we do, thankfully. Leveling up our Typhlosion a bit more, which is nice, but watch this. I'm going to get, like, so little XP on this thing. I mean, honestly, it's better than I expected. 1,200 XP per Pokemon. It is so minimal. Versus if I just went ahead and used an XP share. Yeah, I think this is obviously not going to be the best strategy for me personally, at least at the current time. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to level all these bad boys up to level 100, and then it will be way less annoying, but that's going to take forever. I think it'd be better if I went ahead and just use an XP share on my Beedrill. Also, like, the big thing here is I'm actually getting XP on my lead Pokemon right now, so I'm not even wasting it. So if I'm ever going to use the XP share strat, it's right now. It's better to do that right now while I still have these Typhlosions to get up to level 100. So I'm going to do this for a little bit, and I'll see you guys when this Beedrill is fast enough to begin our Articuno hunt. All right, so I came over to this alpha Sudowoodo spawn right now. I'm actually going to go ahead and catch the baby Bonsleys around it just to get the Pokedex entry. I'm not going to lie, this is the first alpha on the account where I've had the thought, ugh, I really don't want to go catch this. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of funny. I've caught, like, I want to say 15 or so alphas on the account so far. I'm being super lazy for this one. I didn't even bring my I honestly didn't even bring my Spinda or any of my catching Pokemon except for my Smeargle. Being really, really lazy about this one. Hopefully it works out, but if not, honestly, it's totally okay. The point I wanted to make this clip for, I'm gonna catch the Sudowoodo, but this is the first time where I was like, man, I don't really want to go catch this. But at the same time, I feel like I have to. And I'm almost wondering if this is how main accounts and how the average player feels. Alphas are just so good. They're just so good. Whether it's a main account or an Iron Man account, right? I hope Eruption doesn't kill here, but it actually might. Okay, thankfully it doesn't. Okay, huge. Whether it's a main account or an Iron Man account like I'm playing, they're just so good. The fact that I can just interrupt my Articuno hunt that I was doing and just come over here for 2 seconds, get myself a guaranteed 2x31, it honestly saves me so much. It demotivates me from doing other egg group and other Pokemon farming, to be totally honest. It's that good. It's that powerful. And it's honestly just a weird feeling. It's strange. It's genuinely just strange. The fact that alphas have that guaranteed 2x31 catch, they're just hard to pass up. And I think I'm realizing, like, on my main account, I don't really catch alphas because I flip and I do, you know, breeding for profit. There's other higher end money makers, but the average player, this is probably like really good money, and you probably can't really not do it without taking a huge loss. And it's just, I've had a big problem with alphas for a while. I love alphas in theory, but they're just too good. Like 2x31 is just, it's just too good. That would normally take you about hour and a half of catching Pokemon to get 2x31 on average in the wild. It's about a 1 in 78 or so chance. So you have to keep in mind, it should be pretty rare, but the fact you can just go get these guaranteed without wasting the time, you just stop the activity you're doing, come do this for a second, and then move on. It's pretty crazy, man. All right, got super lucky and caught him on the first timer ball, though. So there we go. That's the alpha caught. Boom. Like, oh my God. Like, those IVs are so good. Obviously, sometimes you roll like 31 attack, 31 spatak, and it's a rough alpha, but like, this is insane. Like, this is the kind of Pokemon, the kind of breeder that would have taken me 3 hours, probably more on average before I catch something this crazy. That would have been like breeding it. A wild catch like this, but prior to alphas existing, would have been a thing that happens every 8 hours or something like that of grinding. And now I just get them 3 times a day for about 5 to 10 minutes of work. It's wild, man. There's definitely a pre-alpha and post-alpha era in PokeMMO. It really changed how Pokemon's IVs were valued that drastically. But back to the Arcanine hunt. I didn't actually do a quick clip just letting you guys know I was starting that. I got my Beedrill up to level 73, and I thought that was good enough. Got this Typhlosion up to level 97, actually. The other one was also, I got the second one up to like 96 or so. So both Typhlosions, much higher level now. Over Kanto we go, and the Beedrill is seems to be fast enough. I don't think it's failed to flee from anything so far. So back to Articuno we go. Alrighty, it is the next morning, Thursday morning. I've still been hunting for Articuno. As you can see, I'm at 5,108 encounters, but it's a new morning, which means gyms have reset. I can go begin my second gym rerun ever on the account, which really matters. As you can see, my Pokeyen stack still being pretty depleted, obviously, from when I spent it all down. We have a lot more to make back up. Let's go ahead and do gym run number 2. All right, this ended up being probably the worst Jimmy run that I'll ever have on the account, but that's okay. I was getting my Magic the Gathering Arena quest done on the side. Was being a little bit risky. I kind of expected that. That's okay. You know what, though? A bad Jimmy run is still good progress because I still made 200,000 Pokeyen in that 1 hour, which is pretty sick. Especially in comparison to the payday pickuping I was doing prior, earning like 60 to 100,000 Pokeyen per hour. But there's a cool alpha spawn over in Kanto, so I'm going to make my way over to that. All right, here we are. It's an alpha Arcanine encounter. I don't know if this hidden ability is that good. I don't think it is. Justified is the hidden ability where if it gets hit by a dark type move, it gets boosted in its attack. I think you want to Intimidate Arcanine. I think that's what makes Arcanine super good, is that Intimidate ability. So not the most powerful hidden ability alpha, but it is a really good Pokemon. People just love Arcanine, and it'll be a nice one to have. Number one, my Pokedex here for the very first time. And number two, as an alpha sitting around in my boxes, even if it's just a breeder with it being a male alpha, which is really cool to see. All right, there we go. Honestly, got really lucky on the catch. I was able to set up the Arcanine into a good spot and caught it on the very first timer ball. Adamant is a good nature that you want to see. Let's check the rest of the stats. If it's 20 plus and everything except for special attack, that'd be amazing. It's pretty good. 30 attack. It's a bit lower on the speeds and SPDF and stuff, but 31 HP. The 31 special attack here is really awkward with the adamant nature. It kind of just makes that less valuable, but that's okay. Still 31 HP, 30 attack, and an adamant breeder on a field A group. Like that's honestly the real value in that thing. I might even go ahead and take this act to try to catch one of these Growliths just because I don't actually have Growlithe in my Pokedex. So you know what? It's probably worth to go ahead and, even though it's a higher level one, they have a hidden ability chance, which is kind of neat. All right, got pretty lucky on that catch as well. No hidden ability access. We could actually see it was Intimidate when we came into the fight. Let's go ahead and see if we got any stats, though. Nope, nothing. Just Growlithe added to the Pokedex. I am slowly but surely chipping away at the Pokedex at 160 Cottonee. And I know it might seem crazy, but I'm kind of feeling like this is just poetically the perfect place to go ahead and call the episode and reflect. I know this is weirdly going to end up being one of the shorter episodes, maybe even the shortest episode of the Iron Man account, but I think we've just made a ridiculous amount of progress, and we should be kind of proud of that and should be able to reflect on that, and I think the timing is just perfect. Since today, as of recording, it is currently June 12th, 2025, which is exactly 1 month after I created this account. So everything you see so far on the account was done in 1 month. That includes the 243 hours played, the gym rerun team, the extra BP, the Pokedex progress, the 2 shiny Pokemon, including one of them being considered a rare, or at least rare-ish, the 1 catch event, the XP reamplifier, which is our first endgame goal. It's been a crazy first month on the Iron Man. And I really can't just thank you guys enough for watching. All the views, all the kind comments. There's been so much positive feedback in my streams and in my YouTube videos over the Iron Man series, and I'm just honored that this many people are interested in it. Like, I still can't believe that the team is full. The fact that we have 150 out of 150 members in a brand new team, the fact that there's 150 Iron Men in the entire game blows my mind, let alone that's just one team. It's really important to remind people, I know things are happening very, very quickly, but this is only the beginning. This is truly just the first step in the PokeMMO Iron Man experience, and I'm sure we're going to learn a lot more, progress a lot more, and just have a lot more fun and a lot more amazing moments on stream when crazy things happen, like winning catch events. But let's go ahead and do our normal conclusion, our normal reflection, and go over our goals list. I still don't have a catching Breloom, unfortunately, and I don't have Sinnoh complete, nor was I worried about that this episode. I was really happy to take a nice storyline break. I still don't quite have 6 level 100 Pokemon, even though this Typhlosion is 7k away from being the 6th, I believe. I'll just save that for next episode, honestly. No reason to do it right now. I did go ahead and get myself 10 Amulet coins, though, and that was a lot of fun and a cool little thing to practice and learn, and get that imprisoned Bayonet setup was a really cool strategy. Stuff like that is why I love the Iron Man account. I love finding ways to play an inherently inefficient account as efficiently as possible, to some extent at least, while still having fun. Spend 1 million Pokeyen in one episode. We absolutely nailed that. I was a little nervous about that, but it was just honestly way easier than I expected. It's kind of crazy how easy it is to blow through Pokeyen on this account. So that's 2 goals achieved so far. I did add 3 new short-term goals. I think it's really important to have these short-term goals over in the tier 1 list. Even if they kind of go into bigger goals, it's really not a bad idea to have too many goals, right? It's almost impossible to have too many goals. So these are things I'll be working on next episode. Catching Articuno, catching Raikou. I have 2 legendaries to go for in this month with only 2 weeks left. And then I really need to work on an HM Dragonite. Getting this specific Dragonair up to level 100 and giving it Surf, Fly, Strength, Rock Smash. It can learn really anything. Dragonite's really versatile like that. I think that's a big one for next episode, because then it'll help me use the XP Reamplifier. Then I'll be able to safely use the XP Reamplifier with a level 100 HM in front of my Pokemon, and as opposed to like a level 23, Wingull. I don't want to get this up to level 100. That's not really worth it. The Dragonite's just better, so I'd rather pay dividends for the long-term future of the account and really focus on this. But that's for next episode. Next up, over onto medium tier goals. We did build ourselves a basic gym run team very successfully, I might add. It's only been 2 days and the Pokeyen has been flowing extremely nicely. I would love to make a PvP team, but this is honestly becoming much more of an endgame goal than I realized. I did go ahead and pick myself up a choice specs, though. We can knock that off the list. We only need 1 choice item left on the account with a choice scarf. And then other than that, we still don't have any other medium tier goals done yet. However, I did complete my favorite goal on the entire account. One of the coolest goals, getting the XP Reamplifier. It just feels jarring. I've talked about it lately before, but it's almost bittersweet. It's literally the coolest goal that I wanted to achieve on the account, and it's done within the first month. What the heck? That's not supposed to happen like that, but I mean, hey man, I'm also thrilled about it. And there's no reason to worry because we have plenty of more long-term goals. I'm really keeping my eye on that Halloween pumpkin boss team goal. Even though we're still like 4 months away, that stuff just creeps up on you, and I really want to make sure I'm prepared for that as much as possible. Grinding event season on this account is just going to be tremendously fun, and I'm really excited to re-experience event season in a new way for the first time in 4 years or so. All right, then for our final goals comparison, on the left, we have our completed goals prior to this episode. On the right, we have our new list of completed goals. We did add 5 new completed goals to it with the 10 Amulet coins, the spending 1 mil Pokeyen, the basic Jimmy Run team, getting the choice specs, and then the XP Reamplifier. I've been really fortunate to stay on that 5 goal per episode sort of metric, and it just kind of keeps working out like that. I'm sure at one point it'll slow down, but for now, we just appreciate the amount of progress we can make. All right, but it's been an absolute blast. We have a lot more to do next episode, but that is it for me for now. Thank you guys so much for watching as per normal. Like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. I do upload every single day. I also stream on Twitch. You can follow me over there for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, usually, where I stream the progress of this account live, including all the catch events. My Discord's linked down below if you want to join a really cool community that hangs out there and loves the game. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel and allow me to upload Iron Man progress videos like this every single week, chock full of hopefully tons of progress, YouTube memberships, Twitch primes, Twitch subs, PayPal and Venmo donations, and then Factor subs. If my sponsorship is still active, you can get yourself 50% off using the first link in the description to go get some awesome meal kits that have really nicely seasoned vegetables, tasty, high protein, vegan options. There's a lot of amazing meals over there that me and my wife absolutely adore. I never take a sponsorship from a product that I don't believe in, so Factor does have the Patrouski seal of approval. And even then, it might not be for everyone's lifestyle, and I like to tell you guys that up front. It is for someone who is really busy and doesn't want to worry about food for maybe a week or so. They can just buy Factor, pop the meals in the microwave, and have it taken care of. But that's it for me. That's it for now. I will see you guys next week. Peace, Reno. Yo, Patrouski here, and I wanted to thank you personally for watching the video until the very end. I really, really appreciate that. And if your name is on this list, thank you to the moon and back, because you allow me to even make these videos by supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.